lots of space for fun. There's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza. Systems go for lunch. When supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun. There's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
Premier Movement. Move better, perform better, live better. Premier Movement is personal training redefined. Using group classes that demand accountability, action, and results. Visit premiermovementnd.com to learn how you can change your life today. While you're there, you can also see how to sign up for your first workout for free. premiermovementnd.com.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Pro Style Production Live Events specializes in making your event fun with a professional touch, whether it's a wedding, reunion, or party. Pro Style Productions event management takes the stress out of your event so you can sit back and enjoy. Contact Ben Barr from Pro Style Production today to discuss your event or visit prostyleproduction.com. Pro Style Production Live Events. Let the pros handle it.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
This broadcast on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by ProStyleProduction.com. It's time for Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Comes down low to the near side. Bennett walks out with it. Bennett centering. Feed fires it. Easton. Bennett scores. It's 4-1 Magi on the twisted wrister from Easton Bennett.
The growing tradition of Magi hockey carries on today.
He scores! And it's a hat trick for Hayden Schwartz. Tic-tac-toe play in Mason Morelli with the backhand. Slips it past the netminder. Here's Martell and drive. He scores! Martell refutes. And the Magi are on the board with a power play. 40 seconds in OT. A drive coming back to our team. Scores! Flom gets her out of that. Flom, then he fires. He scores! And that Flom has done it.
With one goal in mind.
Face off one back to the Knights. Minot High is winning the state title. They have won the state championship.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Boy, Tide sends it down. Bennett, top shelf, backhand. Right where Grandma keeps the cookies. And it's 5-1. Out of Gretzky's office, Bennett feeds Hyde at the line. Near side, Hyde tunes it in, tipped in front. Vile tucks it home, and it's 5-1. It's handling, whistling, firing into the glove. No, he scored. It's 2-0. Heads, tattoos at home, and the Magicians lead 2-0.
It's time for the Minot High Magician Hockey Planet Pizza pregame show. Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location, has been serving the Magic City for over 20 years. Call and order now at 701-852-1700.
Colby Enns will start the rush. Enns has a big hit at center ice. Welcome to senior night. Plenty of noise. Easton Bennett absolutely lights up Ruley. There's the hit of the game, maybe of the week.
Now, let's go to the ice with the voice of the Magi. Here's Nick Holberg.
For the 14th time in program history, the Minot High Magicians are the best in the West. With the dust settled at the end of the regular season, Minot High locked that up with their 12th region win of the year just a few nights ago, and Dickinson with a 7-2 victory over the Dickinson Midgets. Tonight they're on their home ice for senior night when they take on the Williston Coyotes, who have a lot more to play for tonight, coming into the matchup at 6-8 in conference play. Good evening and welcome to the Planet Pizza pregame show alongside of the legend himself, Mr. Larry McFall. I'm Nick Holberg. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Larry, senior night's always a fun one, but more importantly for the Magicians, they've been crowned the champs of the regular season for North Dakota high school hockey on the west side of the state with a 10-1 mark. Your thoughts on the feat that was accomplished from Minot High and what that means for them here moving toward tournament time?
Well, it's been a long time since the Magicians went and won the regular season championship, so definitely a big lift for them as they go into the West Region tournament, Nick, and they got to keep the momentum going, and this one against Williston tonight is a very huge game. The Magicians only beat them 3-1 out in Williston about a month ago, and they're going to have to play well to beat this Williston team, so it's going to be a good hockey game. They can't lose any momentum, though. They need to win this game because Grafton, unfortunately, has been canceled. They're having an inter-squad against Watford City now on Thursday. So technically this is the last game before regional. You can't afford to lose this one at home going into the West Region tournament. So hopefully these boys on senior night are going to give it 110% and go after this one tonight.
Minot High's only got 4 seniors, and the beauty of that is, unfortunately, they're going to lose 4 really good players, but the future is so bright for Minot High. On a night like tonight's senior night, I asked Jason Bennett the same thing in Coach's Corner that you'll hear in just a few minutes, but do you think that adds an extra element for the players at all in your mind, playing for those 4 guys tonight, trying to get a win for them, or is this just some pomp and circumstance that really doesn't matter to these guys when they hit the ice here tonight?
I don't know. To me, senior day was very special for the group of seniors I graduated with. And I think back to that time, and I think the team did raise up a little bit and pick it up a little more just to hope they got that win. But you know what? Honestly, and I have to say, I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, but at about 3 o'clock this afternoon, the Minot High women parents came in and started setting up all their stuff they've got in the lobby for the seniors. It's more for the parents than it is for the players. I mean, the players want to win the hockey game. They want to get ready for regionals. Yeah, it's my last game in this rink, but I'm hopefully going to play somewhere else and better my career. So it's, in my opinion, it's kind of for the parents more than it is for the players, and that's not meant to be derogatory at all. That's just what I saw today, at least, I guess. But it would be nice to win the last one as a senior. I know we did, and we felt pretty good about it when we were driving home.
Well, and I don't disagree with you at all, and I think a lot can be said about the sport of hockey in itself, not to get too off a topic here with this West Region affair tonight, but the amount of time and effort and sacrifice that parents put in. You were a parent of a hockey player. I was a player that had 2 parents that drove me to practice back in the day at 5 o'clock in the morning at the old horse barn at the All Seasons Arena. They might deserve a night like that tonight.
Yeah.
We'll see what the Magicians can do on senior night here tonight. Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location for school parties, team parties, birthday parties, and so much more, brings you tonight's pregame show for this West Region affair. Planet Pizza can be reached tonight at 701-852-1700. Call them now. They will deliver this entire hockey game. I highly recommend the Blue Buffalo Pizza. That stuff is seriously out of this world. When we come back to the Planet Pizza countdown to face-off, Larry and I will look at the standings and the state's top producers. We'll also talk more about who's going to be keys in tonight's matchup with Williston and Minot High and boys high school hockey. Thanks for joining us here tonight. More of the Planet Pizza pregame show when we return. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
On the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
My name is Marshall Knott. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. I've had many customers express being frustrated with the P.O. box they once had. They didn't realize they couldn't have packages delivered to their P.O. box. It's why they now have a personal mailbox here at the UPS store. We'll accept the packages for you, and you can pick them up when it's best for you. For a more efficient business, visit us at the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Minot Hockey Boosters has one mission: to inspire teamwork, pride, and life lessons in the lives of all our members. Hockey is more than a sport, it's a way of life. The benefits of playing hockey from a young age last a lifetime. Visit minothockey.com for more information or to get signed up in the Learn to Play program today. Minot Hockey Boosters. The strength of the pack is the wolf. The strength of the wolf is the pack.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Watch out for flying pucks and the Zamboni. Let's go back to the press box with Nick Holberg and Larry McFall.
Minot High, Williston tonight, boys high school hockey in a rematch from just about a month ago where Minot High ended up with a 3-1 win in Williston. Nick Holberg and Larry McFall for the call here tonight on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network. PSP.network is the website. If you're listening on the radio tonight on 1390, make sure to head to PSP.network for all things Minot High athletics, including Minot High Magicians hockey. Nick Holberg and Larry McFall here for the call here tonight. Larry, special ceremony for senior night that takes place now with 4 seniors here tonight as they roll through that. You look at a matchup like tonight, and you look at the standings with where things sit. Minot High's number 1. You've got a Williston team midway through the pack. Minot High's already locked in that number 1 spot. Williston's got a lot more to play for here tonight. Any concern in your mind of a letdown from the Magi here tonight?
Yes, and that's why I talked about it earlier. They just can't afford to let down. They need to get momentum, being that Grafton game is no longer available. They need to keep the momentum going and roll into the West Region as the number 1 seed and be rolling in. They can't go down to Bismarck thinking in the back of their head, wow, we lost to Williston at home on senior night. Now here we are at the West Region trying to get that momentum or more coal thrown in the burner, so to speak, to get it going faster. So, they could definitely let down, and that's why hopefully the coaches have sent them the message that, hey, Williston's here to play. They've got something to play for, and you guys have to show us your best effort tonight.
When you look at the standings around the West Region, Minot High's locked in the number 1 spot at a 12-1 mark in conference play. They're 14-5 overall. Bismarck Century currently sitting in second. They're 10-2 on the year. They're going to lock in second. You've got Bismarck High currently sitting in the 3rd spot. They're 6-5 on the year. And this is where it gets interesting. You've got Mandan in 4th right now at a 7-7 mark. They're tied with Jamestown. Williston's right behind them at a 6-8 record. So you've got Mandan, Jamestown, and Williston all separated by one game in the win column. Then you've got Dickinson with a 5-9 mark on the season. So you've got 5 teams right there in the hunt, or 4 teams right there in the hunt that are only separated by 2 points. That really puts some extra spin on it tonight for Williston, knowing that a win here tonight against Minot High, and then their matchup to end out the season, the only game on Saturday the 15th in all of high school hockey, is a matchup with Dickinson. Williston's got an opportunity to climb the ladder inside of WDA play and have a pretty good seed heading into the tournament.
Yeah, and if they get up to that 4th seed, guess who they play in the first round of the West Region Tournament then? It would be the Magicians. So they've got a lot to play for. They've got a goaltender. Traditionally, there's been, for you folks listening, there's been a lot of Haugenos. There's a few that played up in Crosby. Williston had one a couple of years ago. Now Mason Haugeno shows up on the scene, and he's pitching a 2.88 goals against average and an 89.7 save percentage, as he's faced 360 shots in the 12.8 games that he's played, and he's stopped 323 of them. So he has only let in 37 goals on the season, compared to Sortland, who has played 4 more games, faced 407 shots instead of 360, and Trey has stopped 363. His save percentage almost exactly the same, 89.2. But when you got a good goalie, and we all know that, and yes, there's 3 goaltenders sitting in the press box right now. So we all know that it's a goalie's world and everybody else is living in it. And if Haugeno plays good, he might be tough to beat, so the Magicians have to be ready to roll.
Let's take a look at the East Region standings now, Larry. Some things have really shaken up out there. You want to talk about the East a little bit and give us the rundown over in the EDC?
Well, Grand Forks Central is still on top, Nick. They're 13-2, 17-3 overall for 39 points. Fargo South trails them by 4, as they have 11 wins in the win column. Not exactly sure how many games they have left. Red River is 5 points back at 34, and Fargo Davies right now is in 4th with 30 points, 9 points back. Then it drops down to West Fargo with 21, Fargo North with 20, and Grafton Park River with 11. One of the reasons Grafton Park River did not want to come here this Thursday, the way this whole thing turned out, is they've got their challenge game on Saturday, so they would have got home late, very, very, very early Friday morning. Whether they practice or not, who knows? And then the next day they have a challenge game, so they just didn't want to run up to Minot, being it was a non-conference game. It's kind of a shame. It's the first time we had Grafton on our schedule in years, but just didn't work out. Maybe that could happen next year, but this is really stirring up. Grand Forks Central loses 2 games in a row out east, and that kind of spurred them a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see who wins that. But Red River definitely not the powerhouse this year, and Grand Forks Central is turning out to not be as tough as we thought they were. So this could be very interesting as we roll towards the Shields Arena in Fargo 3 weeks from now.
Yeah, it really will be. When you talk about that at the start of the year, you talk about a Grand Forks Central team that I think we both thought in our minds that they were untouchable again this year. So like you mentioned, that really did shake up the East region. The bad news for anyone out west, here's the problem. There's been a poll that's gone around now for 3 weeks in a row from the sportscasters and media people around the state, and there's a vote on who they think is the tops of the state for boys high school hockey. In this week's poll, this is how it shakes out. Central still voted number 1. Fargo South Shanley number 2. Grand Forks Red River number 3. Davies number 4. And guess who? Minot High rounds out the top 5. The only West team in the mix is Minot High School. But when you look at that, the top 4 from the East, you've got Central, South Shanley, Red River, and Davies. Those are 4 teams that you just don't want to play anytime throughout the year, especially on that opening day at the state high school hockey tournament. So it really will become an interesting tourney in just a few weeks.
Absolutely. As Nick mentioned, they just got done bringing out the 4 parents, or the sets of parents for the 4 players, plus some cheerleaders involved as well. Now they're finally getting them off. They're going to roll up the carpet and zam, so that's why we're starting a little bit later here tonight. Say, coming into tonight's game, Nick, in the all-inclusive history against Williston and Minot High, the series started on November 26th of 1991. The Magicians won that game 8-1 and went on to win the first 12 meetings between the two teams all the way to 2001. And 12 shutouts have happened for the Magicians against those Coyotes in those games. Minot High is 9-0 against Williston in the playoffs, and the overall record going into tonight against Williston for the Magicians is 49 wins, 6 losses, and 3 ties to Williston. So we've got a Stump Holberg coming up at the end of the first period, which has to deal with all of these lifetime records and who has actually won the most games against Minot High in hockey history of high school. So I've already stumped him. You should have just seen his look on his face. I think Nick's already eliminated. We haven't even done it yet.
Well, I can't wait for the first intermission report to see if I can have an answer or two for you.
Say, the third goalie with us is Ryan Miner. He's up here doing some work for college. He actually wants to shadow a couple of announcers. I asked him, what the hell are you doing here?
We appreciate you stepping up here, Ryan.
Maybe you could talk some women's hockey after one of the intermissions tonight, too, possibly.
Ryan is the head coach of Minot State women's hockey. 14 minutes on the clock right now. The ice still needs to be resurfaced. We got some time before the opening faceoff tonight, so we'll pay our bills. We'll come back, and we'll hear from Jason Bennett, the co-head coach of the Magi. In the Coach's Corner, brought to you by Planet Pizza. It's the Coyotes at Magi tonight down the rink here at the Pepsi Rink in Minot. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
On the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Systems go for lunch. When supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
Premier Movement. Move better, perform better, live better. Premier Movement is personal training redefined. Using group classes that demand accountability, action, and results. Visit PremierMovementND.com to learn how you can change your life today. While you're there, you can also see how to sign up for your first workout for free. PremierMovementND.com.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Pro Style Production Live Events specializes in making your event fun with a professional touch, whether it's a wedding, reunion, or party. Pro Style Productions Event Management takes the stress out of your event so you can sit back and enjoy. Contact Ben Barr from Pro Style Production today to discuss your event or visit ProStyleProduction.com. Pro Style Production Live Events. Let the pros handle it.
My name is Marshall Canop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. I've had many customers express being frustrated with the P.O. box they once had. They didn't realize they couldn't have packages delivered to their P.O. box. It's why they now have a personal mailbox here at the UPS store. We'll accept the packages for you, and you can pick them up when it's best for you. For a more efficient business, visit us at the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Minot Hockey Boosters has one mission: to inspire teamwork, pride, and life lessons in the lives of all our members. Hockey is more than a sport, it's a way of life. The benefits of playing hockey from a young age last a lifetime. Visit minothockey.com for more information or to get signed up in the Learn to Play program today. Minot Hockey Boosters. The strength of the pack is the wolf. The strength of the wolf is the pack.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork and their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's time for the Planet Pizza pregame coaches corner. Get your game plan for laser tag in the largest laser tag playground in the region. Did we mention the cheesy, delicious, mouth-watering first bite of a Planet Pizza pizza? Now, here's the matchups insight with the Planet Pizza coaches corner.
The Planet Pizza Coach's Corner with Minot High co-head coach Mr. Jason Bennett. First of all, Coach, thanks for some time here tonight on Senior Night.
Senior Night, yeah, good to be back. Seems like we had the longest road trip in Minot High history, but we're back home and we're excited to be home. So, we don't have many seniors, and that'll be a fun one for us.
First of all, before we even get into business tonight, congratulations, West Region regular season champions. Touch on that just a little bit. You guys get the win over Dickinson and get crowned the best in the West this year. That has to feel pretty good and have to mark one off the list of goals this year, hey?
Yeah, and like you said, a lot of that is that long road trip. We went to Botno and we were tested there, and the kids battled and they came out third period and played really well to finish a hockey game off. Same thing in Mandan. We really got going in third period, and then Dickinson, we were down after the first. And we told the kids, there's going to be ups and downs, and they were kind of pouting, and we said, hey, it's not the end of the year. You got 2 periods to go out there and get some stuff done, and they responded, and we told them third period needed to be their best period of the year, and I think it probably was. I think we held them about 3 shots. I think we scored 4 goals and played really good hockey, and a lot of guys are starting to contribute.
Touch on this just a little bit. It's kind of off topic here, but for the program, knowing that 4 graduate here at the end of this year, you guys win the West this year, the future for Minot High hockey is just bright as a star, hey?
Yeah, and you never know what happens with kids, and who comes in and who leaves early. You see that once in a while. We've kind of been hampered with that the last few years, but sometimes it's addition by subtraction. There's kids that could be here playing, and we have other kids that have stepped up and played really well, and it's a testament to those kids, the work they put in this summer, and it's a darn good region record, 11-1, and we do have 4 seniors that we value pretty highly, and we lose them next year, but luckily for us, we got them for hopefully another 7 more games this year, and maybe we can make a deep run here at region state.
One of those games is tonight against the Williston Coyotes, and this is a Coyotes team that is coached well by Tyler Junt. They're a team that's in the thick of things for a 4th, 5th, or 6th place spot in the West region. What do you expect out of the Coyotes tonight, a team that has given you fits this year?
Yeah, we played them up there, and I wouldn't say we caught them on, obviously a somber time after, one of their players, passed away, and I think the funeral was the day before, and I think they were kind of all out of whack, and we stepped on them pretty early, and we really didn't give up much. We were kind of surprised there wasn't a whole lot of pushback from them. When we played them up there, I think through 2 periods we gave up 8-9 shots is all, and they had been playing really good hockey. So they're a team that defends very well. They don't give up a whole lot. I think behind us and Century, they've given up the 3rd fewest shots in the region. So they have a couple skilled kids that if you give them time and space, they can score some goals. They defend, and that's what Tyler Junt was. Defenseman in his own right, pretty good one, and they get some other guys in the bench. Brotland's there, and Jordy Nelson's there, and I think Harrison Aids run their youth program. So they got quite the crop of talented coaches for those kids. So it should be a battle. We just hope our kids don't let off the pedal. For us tonight, there's not a whole lot of obviously meaning incentive other than finishing the season strong, going in the West region on a little bit of momentum. So that's kind of what we're hoping for.
Touch on senior night just a bit. Only 4 seniors for your hockey team. Do you see anything special in the room before a game like this on senior night?
Not really. I think I don't know. I guess it's, I've been through it as a dad as well. I think it's more maybe for the parents, it's kind of a accumulation of a high school career, but luckily for the seniors, it's the last home game, but we still have bigger things ahead of us. We still have a region tournament, all the excitement that comes along with that, and hopefully you get to a state tournament, and then the excitement even ramps up from there. So, yeah, it's a nice to send those kids off, and you always say you play for your seniors, and hopefully you win a game for them in their last game at home.
Is there one key tonight in your mind that stands out on the X's and O's for you guys to pick up a win against Williston tonight?
I think we need to continue to defend. We've done a pretty good job of that, and we're starting to capitalize now where we really weren't early in the year. I think we've scored 7 goals 2 games in a row. So hopefully that's good. Hopefully it's the light bulb starting to go off and we're peaking at the right time. I still don't think we played our best hockey yet. Of the games this year, we've played maybe a full 51 minutes, maybe twice. So hopefully we play full 51 tonight and a good momentum going into the West Region Tournament.
Sure, appreciate your time as always. Congrats again on the West Region regular season crown, and best of luck here tonight.
All right, thanks a lot.
That's Jason Bennett, the co-head coach of the Magi. When we come back to the Planet Pizza pregame show, Larry and I will look further into the numbers. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza.
Premier Movement. Move better, perform better, live better. Premier Movement is personal training redefined. Using group classes that demand accountability, action, and results. Visit PremierMovementND.com to learn how you can change your life today. While you're there, you can also see how to sign up for your first workout for free. PremierMovementND.com.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Pro Style Production Live Events specializes in making your event fun with a professional touch, whether it's a wedding, reunion, or party. Pro Style Productions event management takes the stress out of your event so you can sit back and enjoy. Contact Ben Barr from Pro Style Production today to discuss your event or visit ProStyleProduction.com. Pro Style Production Live Events. Let the pros handle it.
One likes reading history novels. The other likes dressing up like the cat from Kiss. They're the voices of Magi Hockey. Let's get back to the press box with Nick Holberg and Larry McFall.
An all-right crowd starts to fill into the Pepsi rink here at Mesa Arena for senior night tonight for Minot High and Williston. The Coyotes and Magi go toe-to-toe tonight in this West Region affair. Nick Holberg alongside Mr. Larry McFall, the 45-year veteran of Minot High Magicians Hockey that joins me here tonight. Planet Pizza brings you the pregame show tonight. Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location. School parties, team parties, birthday parties, and so much more. They truly are out of this world. If you don't call them for delivery tonight, check out their lunch buffet tomorrow, 11 to 2. That stuff is fantastic. Larry, we just spoke off the air at the commercial break after hearing from Jason Bennett a bit. This game is not to be downplayed at all tonight with Minot High and Williston. This matchup really has a lot more, the points. Minot High's already locked in the number 1 spot, but as far as the mentality of the Magicians heading into tournament time, if they look to pick up a region championship for the first time at the tournament, that is, for the first time since 2006, in your mind, is this a must-win tonight for the Magi?
I believe it is. I believe it is a must-win. They cannot go to the state tournament on a loss tonight and then possibly play the same team again. No. The Magicians have to come out. They have to put a hurt on this Williston team and go into the regional tournament as the number one team with momentum. And then if they get the same team again, so be it. But I think a loss tonight, just thinking like the high school kids, would almost be devastating. I don't see, it definitely will affect their play at West Region if they don't win tonight's game.
Larry, you want to give us who the starting lineups are here tonight?
I sure will. I even do it on an iPad now so I can make it a lot bigger so I can see it, Nick.
Without your glasses.
Yeah, without my glasses. Isn't that great?
It's
Because
just
I look a lot better without glasses. I mean,
Well-
you can ask any woman in here, I look a lot better without glasses than with my readers on.
that's up for debate.
Well, we'll start asking.
Well, let's
I'm
ask.
going to go
yeah.
around to the crowd with a portable mic tonight and ask the women if they think I'm good looking.
That's
And we'll take a tally.
We'll see how that goes for everybody
Yeah, it'll
involved.
be 4 against 54 or something like that. I'll be shattered. Mason Haugenow starts in the net for Williston. He wears number 1. He's a sophomore. Hayden Bergstrom and Denver Sheets are on the defense. And their starting line is number 16, Hunter Rossland. He's a junior. Anthony Hickles, a freshman. And Carter Baca, number 17, starts as a sophomore. For the Magicians, Trey Sortland is in the net tonight. He's a junior wearing number 35. On defense, senior Josh Drady. He'll wear number 14 tonight. Gabe Thongfett is on the other point. He's a junior wearing number 15. And then all the seniors, there's only 4 of them, but they're all on the starting lineup tonight, Nick. Nicholas Murphy, a senior forward, number 9. Jack Plemmel, a senior forward wearing number 7. And Peyton Fillion, back from an aggressive flu that took like 2.5 weeks to get rid of. Peyton Fillion wearing number 10. He's a senior. That's their starting lineup for the Magicians.
When you look at the Williston Coyotes, they're led by Jackson Ekblad. He's got 23 points on the year. Some conversation on whether or not we'll see Ekblad here tonight. He is on the line, looking like he'll be ready to roll here tonight. I know you mentioned that name, Larry. Ekblad coming into tonight's game, 9 goals, 14 assists for 23 points. 21 points on the year for Ashton Collins. 20 points on the year for Mishke. 13 on the year for Jorstead. And 11 on the year for Bakken. They've got a handful that have 10-plus points on the year. For the Magi, they're led by Jaden Luck. The sophomore's got 26 points on the year. That's good enough for number 22 in all of North Dakota. Luck has those points coming by way of 13 goals, 13 assists. 19 points for Jack Plemmel. He's been red hot as of late. He leads the team in goals with 14. 19 points on the year for Nick Murphy, the senior. Aiden Morelli's picked it up as of late. He's got 17. 16 for Riley Operud, 11 for Fillion, 11 for Deal. Thongfent's got 10, and the Magicians have some distribution on the score sheet. You want to give us the goaltenders matchup one more time here tonight, Larry, as we look at the goals against average and same percentage for both kids that go toe-to-toe here tonight.
Yeah, Haugenau's got 12.8 games in so far this year. He's faced 360 shots, stopping 323, so 37 goals against. That's good for a 2.88 goals against average and an 89.7 save percentage. For Sortland, credited for 16.3 games so far this year. He's faced 407 shots, stopped 363 of them, and that is 44 goals against. And that's good for a 2.69 goals against average and an 89.2 save percentage. Once again, I think the save percentage is a lot more important than goals against average, because goals against average doesn't show how many shots you're facing per game. The goalie save percentage does. So 2 fairly good goalies stepping on the ice tonight for these 2 hockey clubs.
We're going to break aside one more time. When we come back, we'll have the tail end of the national anthem, and then we'll face it off. Minot High and Williston tonight. The West Region matchup. It's senior night. They rumble next. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Systems go for lunch break when supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. Hockey night in North Dakota tonight, and it's a West Region affair with the #1 team in all the land, Minot High, taking on the Williston Coyotes. As always, Andrew Goodmanson checked in before the hockey game tonight. Good to hear from Goody as always.
He was on me last week.
He was all over you.
Yeah.
As Andrew Goodmanson would say, I don't know why I know this, but a coyote's lifespan is 6 to 8 years, and they can usually weigh anywhere between 15 and 46.5 pounds. Well, thanks for checking in, Goody. We sure appreciate you here tonight. Andrew Goodmanson from 701 Realty, along with his wife McKenna. They are the best in the business. 701 Realty. If you're buying or selling a home, let them make your experience a positive one today. Larry, closing thoughts to put a close on the Planet Pizza pregame show here tonight.
I just think the Magicians have to get out early. First goal is crucial, and if they play the way they can and the way that we've seen them play in a few selective games, I think they will take home the win, but they have to just make sure, as Jason Bennett said, don't take the foot off the gas pedal at all. Go after them and make it work here tonight.
Minot High from the right to the left in their home lights tonight. Maroon helmets, pants, and gloves, the Vegas gold and maroon trim. They start with Fillion at center. They go against the Coyotes tonight from Williston. The travel from the left to the right. They're decked out in all black. Black helmets, pants, and gloves. They've got orange and white trim. Here's a drive off the opening draw. Minot High won the face-off. Puck is going to be sent out of the Williston zone and into the offensive territory. It comes for Denver Sheets. Fires one towards the way of Sortland. He made the glove save. Puck lays in the corner now where Thongfett wraps it around, trying to move it up to Plemmel. Plemmel's going to skate out to center with it, and here comes Jack Plemmel. Off to Fillion, 2-on-1 for the Magi. In with the drive, up and over the head from Fillion was the attempt. 40 seconds into the opening frame, and the Coyotes forced to ice this one down. A good tempo early from the Magi.
Yeah, Plemmel had a good rush there. The Plemmel line came on in. The shot just over the crossbar and into the glass as the Magicians try to draw first blood. 16-17 remaining in period number 1. If you're just joining us, no score, Magicians and Coyotes.
Off the draw, it's Williston that wins it back on the blockers' side here in their own defensive territory. Down low for the Magi. It's taken away by Derwin Hauser. Back away to the near side wing. Back underneath the net, the Coyotes moved it away with Ekblad. He is in the lineup tonight. The D-man for the Coyotes leads the team with points with 23. There was talk about him not being in the contest here tonight, but he's suited up and in action. Bone break with the puck off to Riley Oproot. Far side wall, high off the glass, trying to clear the zone of the Magi. Puck will be taken here by the sophomore Deal. Deal's at his own blue line, kind of hemmed in there with the Magicians. Ekblad's got it back in his own territory from the far wall to the near. Bumped it back off to Ben Bonebreak, and Bonebreak's got real estate. Went to his D partner Oproot. He just spins it back deeper into his own defensive zone. A minute and a half into the hockey game, still scoreless as Bonebreak moves it ahead forward off of Hauser. Off the change, Minot High's Tice will get it on the far wall. He bumps it ahead off to Jaden Luck, and Luck dumps it back in behind The net keeper, that's Hagenow, back in front of the net. Nobody home there for the Magicians. Puck comes back out to center, and it's Thogfett on the retrieve. Thogfett picks it up here, turns on the burners right in front of the Williston bench. Head coach Tyler Junt tonight in the Coyotes zip-up jacket. They're all wearing beanie caps on the far bench, are the Coyotes coaching staff. Junt, by the way, in his 5th season, one of the best players to ever come through the program in Williston. 14:50 left here in the first period. Neither team on the board, back behind the net. Picked up here by the Coyotes in their own territory. They push it back up to center. With it now comes Hickel. Hickel's got 4 points out of the year. He was upended there by Tice nicely. Puck will be taken here by the Magi. Thogfett just puts it up off the glass. And Minot High will be charged with an icing with 14:29 to play in a scoreless first.
Hagenow dodged the bullet a little earlier there when he came behind the net and didn't make a good play. And the puck came right out in slot, but no Magician was there. And as far as the Williston coaches go, that's their home attire because awfully cold in the agribusiness or the arena. And so they're used to wearing beanie caps. They didn't know it was going to be so nice and warm in here tonight.
God, the confines of this place are just fantastic. The Mason Arena here in Minot. I tell you what, though, Williston's working on some things right now. I saw the article that they're trying to build a new hockey rink over on the west side of the state.
Well, they're going to try to use the old airport.
Here's a drive. Fillion shot save. Oh, Hagenow robbed him on the rebound. Puck comes back up to Fillion, centers it up. Here's Bonebreak, whistles in, save loose on the left side of the net. Puck is taken here by the Coyotes, so they move it ahead forward with Bakken. Comes back up to center, and with it now is Riley Oprud. Into the offensive zone, Oprud put it off the glass and down underneath the net. Puck is taken away in the corner by Peyton Fillion. Fillion, the captain of the Magi, tied up down low. Soccered back away there from Morelli. Puck will be taken here by the Coyotes. They push it up to center ice on the forecheck. Crashing hard is Jorstead. He took a high stick from Bonebreak. No call on the play. Morelli shuffles it across the ice surface right in front of the Coyote bench. Clemmel tried to move it forward into the offensive zone. A bouncing puck had some trouble there. Now it's Drady with the 9-iron. Just dishes this one back in behind the Williston net of Mason Hagenow. 13:20 to play in the first period. Neither team on the board yet. Minot High with possession underneath the net. Taken back away to the near side. It's the blocker side. And up come the Coyotes back up to center. They move it ahead, but it's Drady that's there to pick it up. One of the 4 seniors for the Magi. He dumped it ahead forward back into Williston territory. They're on the retrieve for it. It's Ekblad. Moves it ahead forward into the offensive zone. Here's Jorstead. Turns one on, and Sortland forced to make the stop.
Nice save by Sortland there on that shot from the top of the circle by Jorstead. I see a problem already with the Magicians, Nick. They're not hitting that first pass that we've always talked about to get out of the zone. They're just dumping it off the boards and throwing pucks 2-3 feet off the ice. There's no way somebody's going to catch that pass. So they need to settle down and start hitting their passes, get it clean out of the zone.
Up to the point. Here's the drive. Sortland forced to make his 3rd stop of the hockey game, and he'll hang on tight to it. Faceoff coming to his blocker's side. Scoreless with 12:49 left in the first.
The toughest pass to catch is one that's 2.5 feet off the ice. I mean, and that's what was happening here in the neutral zone. They have to get a lot better right now tonight at hitting that first headman pass out of the zone.
It's interesting when you watch the higher levels that play here at the Mason Arena, the Toros, Minot State. When you watch them, it's that same thing that you're talking about, Larry. Just a thing of art to watch the defenseman move it up to neutral ice to connect with the forecheck. Here come the Magicians. They do it now with Murphy, but his pass was coughed up, and it's taken here by Bergstrom. Bergstrom back in with it on the blocker's side of Sortland. Coyotes with control of the puck. Back up to the point. Handling now is Denver Sheets. He moved it towards the net. Net's going to come off its moorings. There's a stop in the play with 12:18 to play in the first.
Magician player taken hard into the net. Gets up slowly. That's skater number 14 for the Magi, Josh Drady. 12 minutes, 18 seconds remain here in the first period. If you're just tuning in on PSP.network or 1390 Cars AM, still no score between the Magicians and the Coyotes.
Williston donning some unique outfits here tonight. I like those jerseys. I've never seen those before. They're all black. They say Coyotes across the chest. Here's Morelli into the offensive zone. The puck was stripped from him, and back the other way comes Williston with possession now into the offensive zone. It's Roslin. Roslin across. Here's a drive. Waffle board save on the bucket attempt And Sortland equal to that challenge. Magi back to the other end of the ice with Fillion. He's got Plemmel with him. Plemmel backdoor drive.
Nice.
Oh, he scores. Fillion to Plemmel, and Plemmel keeps it hot for the Magi, 1-0.
That goal will come at 5:09 here of period number 1. What a pretty pass. I didn't think he was going to be able to work it in there, Nick. That was a pretty tight quarter on that pass, but he got it there. And Plemmel, I think, used the sand wedge to put that one in the net. And the Magicians take the 1-0 lead.
Well, Plemmel now on the season picks up goal number 15. That's a team high. That's point number 20 on the year for Peyton Fillion. That will be point number 12 on the season. When you look at Jack Plemmel, Larry, as of late, he had a hat trick against Dickinson in the 7-2 win Saturday. He scored twice against Mandan the game before that. Plemmel, it's safe to say, he's really found his stride here late in the season.
Yeah, and he knew on that play that his job was to just go to the net. Fillion was breaking in on Haugeno's left. And what a pretty pass right on the tape, because there was a defender right there. We'll see if there's an additional assist.
Let's listen in to Dumpy Doback.
Number 7, Jack Plemmel. Assists go to number 10, Peyton Fillion, and number 17,
Aiden Morelli, originally the man in the neutral zone, also getting an assist on that goal.
Back him out in high territory, 11:15 to play in the first period. The Magicians trying to push up to center. They do with Deal. Deal had his pocket pick there. It comes into the possession now for Thongfet. And Thongfet's going to cross over center with it. He'll dump it back in behind the net to the Coyotes. Thongfet to the corner, away on the near side wing. At the hash, trying to clear it up out of the zone. It comes to Bone Break. He just goes over to Oprud, his D partner. Oprud's going to need to wait to touch up onside as Hauser was down on his knees. He was back out. Magicians whistled for the offside with 10:50 to play in the first, but high up 1-0.
That was one of the first rushes also that the Magicians hit the 2-3 passes, and it worked out beautifully and got them a goal. So once again showing how important it is to get that first pass out of the neutral zone or your own zone and get on in on the other team.
Nick Murphy near side wing. He takes it down underneath the net now. Offensive zone for the Magi. Jaden Luck, the first one there for the Magicians. Over to Riley Oprud. Momentarily the Magicians had it, but it's the Coyotes that push up to center where Ben Bonebreak's on the retrieve. Here's Bonebreak up to Thongfet. Thongfet almost had the suicide pass there. Puck is free down to Luck on the near side wall. D-zone for the Magi. It's Oprud that knocks that one out of the air, 2 feet high right at his knees. Nice hand-eye coordination from the D-man for the Magi. Behind the net, Oprud back up to center. Here comes Thongfet. Threw that one hard across the neutral zone. Comes back now up to Nick Murphy. Murphy's in offensive territory with it, but it's the Coyotes right back out. Here come the Coyotes again right at their own blue line. 10 on the dot to play in the first period. Jack Plemmel scored tonight for the Magicians. That's the only goal to report. And Minot High leads this one 1-0. With it now is Bonebreak. Fans on the pass to clear it out of the zone. Comes away now to Nick Murphy. Real sloppy hockey here early out of the contest. Minot High still up 1-0 with 9:40 to play if you're just joining us on the PSP network. Back up to top of the blue line. Morelli's going to intercept offensive zone. Morelli's in a drive, pad save with the glove, rebound, and hanging on tight to that one was Haugeno. Morelli almost made it 2-0.
What a nice save by Haugeno, though. He stayed with Morelli the whole way, kept it squared up to the shooter, and a nice save on that one. Sheldon Syme giving us some scores from Bismarck. After one period, Century and Bismarck High are no score at the VFW Sports Center.
That's a fun atmosphere. If you ever have the opportunity to see Bismarck Century and High play at the VFW, that's one that you want to get to. Place is sold out, and it's rowdy in there. 9:17 to play here in the first period of this one. Minot High and Williston. Minot High on top behind the net. Centered out in front. Puck comes back up to Draney at the point. He unloads a howitzer, sent it wide. Puck comes back away to Fillion now. He dumps it back around the end boards. On the retrieve for the Magi, this is Plemmel. Near side boards, dumped it down in deep over to Peyton Fillion. Comes back up top to Draney. He jumps it into the corner again for Fillion. He works it down low to Morelli, and Morelli's back behind the net. He bumped it back to no one there for the Magi. It's almost cleared by the Coyotes. Puck is at the top of the circle, offensive zone for the Magi. Comes back down low to Plemmel, who's got it on the half boards here on the near side wall. Back up to the line. Here's a drive, a save, loose in front of the net. Morelli takes it now away to the far side point. Thongfett back to Morelli on the boards, far wing, glove side. 8:25 to play in the first. Minot High up by a goal as it's Morelli that's got it again. He fires it in front of the net. That one high and wide. Puck is taken here back up to the far side wing. Out of the zone it came. Minot High had too many men on the ice, I think, Larry. The puck lays in the neutral ice zone. This has been a real sloppy first period of play for both teams. Puck is put back into Minot High territory, and on the retrieve is Opperud. Opperud up to center. Pass was there across. It came from Sam Bassett for the Magi. Dump back in behind the net here of the goaltender Hagedal. Puck goes back away to the far top of the circle offensive zone. Here's Bassett for the Magi. Sends it in front. Rebound loose there. No one home for the Magicians as the puck is taken down by Hauser, and he spins it off the wall and puts it back in behind the net of the Williston net keeper. 7:26 to play here in the first period. Off the bench for the Magicians and taking it and dumping it down. That's Isaiah Thongfett. He put it back in behind. Back up to the point it comes. Opperud unloads one there. Puck is going to be taken away here and taken by Dale Jorstead. And up to center ice it comes for Opperud. Opperud, fancy move. He steps in, tried to dish it back door to the calling Jaden Luck. He couldn't quite get it to him. Opperud's got it pinned up. Half boards, left side of the radio dial. Down low it comes. Back up to Opperud. Center slot, he pushed it to the corner. Back over to Luck. Here's Jaden Luck back to the point. Bonebreak makes a move. He'll step in. Here's Bonebreak. Fires one up. That was a howitzer and a headhunt. And now back the other way. The Coyotes have the opportunity in over the Minot High line. They're going to be whistled for the offsides for Dale Jorstead.
Jorstead put himself offside. Had to drag the foot or something, man. They had a 2-on-0 breakaway. And he goes offside, and it just kills the coaching staff. Junt, Nelson, and Bratlin over there. Dustin used to be the head coach. Now an assistant coach. Tyler Junt in his 5th season. And Jordan Nelson, probably one of the best hockey players I've ever seen, also on the bench for Williston.
Minot High back the other way with the puck into the offensive zone. Murphy had it. Here's Jaden Luck. He walks in and fires. He sent it just wide on the glove side. Puck comes back away over on the far wing to Tice. Shuffled down to the corner. With it away is Murphy. Murphy and Thongfett had some miscommunication on the wall there, but it's freed up to the point where Tice just sends it cross corner down to Jaden Luck. Here's Luck for the Magi. Puck was stripped from him. Carson Hopper tried to clear it. Hemmed in were the Coyotes, and Minot High on the forecheck again. Comes back over to Plemmel on the far wall. Got it down to Murphy. Murphy back, tried to center it to Plemmel. Plemmel on the slot. He had it on a tee, and he shot it not only over the net, but up and out of play.
Plemmel was parked in the slot right on the hash marks. He got the pass and actually had time to stop it and take a slapper, and he shot that wide and out of play. 6 minutes and 2 seconds remaining here in period number 1. If you're just joining us on the PSP network or on 1390 Cars AM, it's 1-0, Minot High.
With the puck now, it's Fillion taken here by the Coyotes. They flip it back up to center. On the retrieve there is Riley Opperud back to Fillion, and Fillion sends it in. As Larry mentioned, we're under 6 to play in the first period. Minot High still on top, courtesy of Jack Plemmel picking up goal number 15 on the year. He's one of the top goal producers in all of North Dakota. Puck comes back underneath the net, back in behind the cage there of Mason Hagedal. Puck is taken by the Coyotes. They try to sweep it back up to center. It's Morelli that holds the line. Morelli off the glass, dish down to the corner. Fillion's down there scrubbing for it. Puck is taken back away here by the Coyotes, and Collins is going to bring it back up to the near side wing, but not out of the zone. With it is Morelli, skates across the blue line. Morelli over right in front of the Williston bench now, brings it back near side. In is Opperud. Opperud takes it down to the corner. He's going to spin this one back away, and he's pinned up down low. We're down to 5:02 to play here in the first period. Puck comes back away to Deal. Deal makes a move in the corner, sends it back up top, trying to feed it over to Draney, and Draney's on the retrieve. It comes up to center. Now it's dumped back in behind Trey Sortland. And the Coyotes ice it with 4:50 to play here in this first period. Minot High up 1-0.
Nick has mentioned a few times that it is a little sloppy play. Both teams just not executing passes. Players are wide open and the passes just aren't hitting the sticks. And It turns into almost kind of a little bit of a pond hockey game down here.
Back behind the net, it's Bissett. Round on the near side wing. He had a brother, his name was Sage, on the 2015 state title team that was named to the All-State team. He was a big defenseman. Puck went all the way down the length of the ice. There's an icing on the Coyotes. 4:36 left in the first. 1-0 Mountain High.
Of course, his dad played also. Ryan Bissett played years ago. And Ryan Bissett's line mate, Donnie Schatz.
Really?
Outstanding sprint car driver, now 10-time World of Outlaw champion. Played on that line with Bissett.
Small world.
I put him in the box a few times when I ref.
I bet that went over real well.
Yes, it did.
Sent back in behind the Coyotes net. Bissett on the forecheck, side of the cage, deals there as well. Puck is going to be taken back up to the line. Look out, Draney went for a ride. He was spilled to the ice. Puck is taken now here by Deal back in his own territory. Here's Deal. He also had a brother that played for the Magi. His name was Mason. Back away on the near side wing. Deal sends it into the offensive zone, but the Coyotes right back out with it. Derwin Hauser on the retrieve. Comes back away down to Riley Oprud, and Oprud sends it back in behind Hagedal. Back behind the net, Oprud's got it here. He's going to work it around to the near side. Here comes the shot from Hauser. Stop was made the eighth now of the night for Hagedal. Deal put it towards the net with just wide. Side of the cage, Hauser back up. Thongfed shoots it just wide of the net. He had a point-blank opportunity, but he missed the cage. Puck comes back down low from Hauser. Back away now to Deal. He cycles it down to the corner. On the blocker's side, Hauser's out with it. Hauser tied up down low. Puck is taken here by the Coyotes. Now it's Deal that's back to help, but it's picked up here and worked back away by Naring. And Naring dumps this one back into Mountain High territory. Stop on the play. We'll have our first power play of the night, and it will be for the Coyotes, I believe.
13:44 will be the time of that penalty. And Magician Skater, a number 8 coming into the box. That's Derwin Hauser. And it's going to be a roughing call on Hauser. And first power play of the day belongs to Williston.
Well, it's fair to say the Coyotes have Mountain High frustrated a bit early on in this one. 1-0 the Magicians lead, but the shots sit at 9-6 in favor of the Magi. Coyotes are better than a lot of people would think. They haven't been blown out at all this year, Larry. Their biggest margin of defeat was a 6-0 loss to Bismarck High. Besides that, the next biggest defeat, a 3-point margin. So you're looking at a Coyote team that has taken Minot to the wire 3-1 and put up fights against everybody else they played.
Yeah, these coaches have really rebuilt this hockey team. Williston was way down a couple of years ago, and they've done an outstanding job getting this back where they feel it should belong.
Short-handed is Nick Murphy's up at center with it. Murphy's going to step in. Murphy across to Luck. Had it hop off his stick. Now Jaden Luck's going to skate it back out to the neutral ice zone. Gets it off to Thongfed, and Thongfed sends it in on net. Hagedal made the save. Puck is taken here by the Coyotes. They start the rush back up to center again with it now. This is Thiessen. He had the puck stripped from him, but back at center away with it comes Ekblad. He's going to skate in. Nice play from Tice. He's put up the defense. Down in the corner it comes. A minute 18 of the power play. For the Coyotes, they're in the offensive zone on the glove side with 2.5 to play in the first period. Mountain High's up 1-0. Ekblad, the big D-man, back at the point. Stick handles. He's a right-handed shot. Dropped it down to the corner. Handling here now is Alvarado. Back in towards Sortland. He falls on it with a catching mitten. He'll hang on to it.
So you mentioned Williston building a new facility. They're saving a lot of money by remodeling the old airport that was just vacated as they built the new airport. So they've got this whole big terminal and this hangar foundation of a building that they can use to build a rink, and I guess some other stuff's going to go out there as well. So definitely things are looking bright in Williston as far as hockey rink availability as well.
Philly had tried to clear the zone for the Magicians. Couldn't do it. It's held in there by the Coyotes, and with it is Denver Sheets. Sheets from the line right into the glove of Trey Sortland, and he'll hang on to it. When I was with the Bismarck Bobcats back in the early 2000s, we used to go to Bozeman, Montana to play the Bozeman Ice Dogs. Former Mountain High Magician Pete Filling actually played for the Ice Dogs and won a national title there. Long story short, their venue was a place that was an old airport hangar that they gutted out. They dug down a bowl inside of that place, and that ended up being one of the coolest rinks I was ever at. That was 3,000 seats, built just like the Mesa Arena, but it was in the shell of an old airport hangar.
Yeah.
Puck is handled here by the Coyotes. They're going to take it and work it back up to neutralize. 35 on their power play. Their first power play of the night. They haven't scored yet. It's 1-0 Minot High with under 2 to play here in the first. Back at the point, drop down into the top of the circle. Offensive zone, glove side of Sortland. Back on the blocker side it comes. Puck is taken now here by the Coyotes. Ashton Collins, he's got 14 goals on the year. The sophomore, one of the leaders for the Coyotes on the far wall. Pushed out of the corner, Denver Sheets in front of the net. Oh, yawning goalmouth for Thiessen. He fanned on it, and the Magi push it down. That will do it for the power play.
Yeah, he had a chance there. All he had to do was tap it in.
Magi are at full strength as Hauser's out of the box. With it come the Coyotes back into the offensive zone. Hauser takes it away, and Hauser's got a head of steam. Hauser's in. On the blocker side, fires it up. Oh, that might have hit the crossbar. I thought it hit the protective mesh. There's the 1 minute call from Duffy Dobeck. Puck's in the corner. Minot High's Hauser's got it. Hauser met there by the D-man. Nice play from Denver Sheets. Puck is taken by him, and he works it back up to the blue line. Held in by Thogfett. Thogfett back away to Gabe Thogfett. Comes back up to center, and Drady's on the retrieve for the Magi. Drady back in his own territory. Trying to move that one ahead forward. Drady still has it on the near side wing. Take it, and we'll have an offside call now here on the Magi, or I'm sorry, on the Coyotes with 31.6 seconds to play in the first.
You know, the Williston coaches have to be pulling their hair out on a lot of their shots. They've been just right into Sortland's glove and right into his blocker. They have to take a little bit more aim on their shots and try to pick the corners. They've had the shots, but they're shooting it right into Sortland.
Off the draw, puck is taken by the Coyotes. They dump it in on the blocker side of Sortland. On the retrieve is Oproot. He goes high up off the glass. Here's Jaden Luck on the forecheck. We're at 20 seconds to play here in the first period. A stop of the play, and it's a high stick call. Just the infraction down to the penalty.
Played with the high stick. 20.1 seconds remaining here in period number 1.
Larry, when you look at the Williston Coyotes and what they did last year, you mentioned they're on the upswing. They went 2-11 last year in conference play. They finished 7th in the region. They didn't qualify for the state tournament. They have been to the state tournament 8 times total, but it's been since 2010 since they made it. All right, kids, cut them down. Here's a drive in front of the net. We're at 7-6-5. Plemmel was robbed. Puck comes back up to center. The horn will sound in 1 second, and at the end of one, Minot High's on top, 1-0.
That was Luck right in front of the net. Got robbed by Haugenow, point blank. And remember that one, because that could be a game saver there for Haugenow instead of going into the room down by 2.
At the end of one, it's 1-0. Minot High on top. Jack Plemmel picks up goal number 15 on the year, and a big one. First International Bank and Trust intermission reports next. Larry and I will have all the stats and the recap of the period. We'll do that when we return. Minot High on top, 1-0 at the end of one. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. I've had many customers express being frustrated with the P.O. box they once had. They didn't realize they couldn't have packages delivered to their P.O. box. It's why they now have a personal mailbox here at the UPS store. We'll accept the packages for you, and you can pick them up when it's best for you. For a more efficient business, visit us at the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Minot Hockey Boosters has one mission: to inspire teamwork, pride, and life lessons in the lives of all our members. Hockey is more than a sport, it's a way of life. The benefits of playing hockey from a young age last a lifetime. Visit MinotHockey.com for more information or to get signed up in the Learn to Play program today. Minot Hockey Boosters. The strength of the pack is the wolf. The strength of the wolf is the pack.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's time for the First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report. First International has you covered. Let's go back to the press box for the stats, analysis, and everything else Magi hockey.
Jack Plemmel's got his 15th goal of the year. Minot High's got a 1-0 lead at the end of one. This is Minot High Magicians hockey on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network. And at 1390 KRRZ, Nick Colberg alongside of the legend himself, Mr. Larry McFall. First International Bank and Trust is a proud member of the Minot community. We stay true to our values by encouraging our staff to spend more time with family. By doing so, we spend more moments living in the moment. Member FDIC, live first. It's the First International Bank and Trust intermission report. 1-0 at the end of one. Larry, your thoughts on that first period of play?
I kind of agree with you. It was a lot of hockey that was a little sloppy. Both teams, I feel, maybe trying a little too hard, maybe nerved up too much, but a lot of passes 2 feet off the ice early, and then open passes that just weren't even close. And as the period went on, it seemed to get a little better. Minot High scoring play was a real nice play with 3 nice crisp passes. But I think both teams nerved up a little bit. I think you'll see them a little more relaxed in the second period and maybe truer to form.
Minot High up 1-0. Do you have the stat lines for us at the end of that first period of play, if you don't mind?
Yep, sure do. The scoring so far at the 5:09 mark of period number 1, Plemmel on a great assist by Fillion, and also Morelli started that play out from the neutral zone. That gave the Magicians the 1-0 lead. That's the only goal of the period. The only penalty was Hauser taking a roughing call at the 13:44 mark, putting Williston on the power play. They did not convert, so Williston 0 for 1 on the power play, Minot 1-0 on the power play kill. Goaltender saves in the first period for Sortland of the Magicians. He stopped all 6 for a game total of 6, and for Williston, Haugenow stopping 10 of the 11 shots that he faced, and that makes it 1-0 Minot High at the end of one period of play.
Well, Jack Plemmel's certainly on a heater, isn't he? He's up to 15 goals on the year. We touched on him. 2 against Mandan. He had the hat trick against Dickinson. And it's players like Plemmel now with 20 points on the year that if they can get guys like that are rolling, you know that he's capable of doing so. But when all of a sudden you're heading into tournament time with 20-plus points and you're on a roll like that, got guys like Jaden Luck that's got 26 and a guy like Philly and the other one that comes to mind that just really hasn't woken up yet compared to what we thought he would do. He's only got 11 on the year, but you know that he's a competitor. He's a competitor. He's a guy that likes to compete. He's a guy that on the football field was a starting running back for the Magicians, and he's a guy that wants to win. You know that when there's guys like that just really haven't come out of the gopher hole yet this year, Minot High might be in good shape coming around to tournament time.
Yeah, if everybody that we expected to do a little bit better does, along with the guys that are doing it now, yeah, it could be a pretty potent offense down there at the West Region Tournament for the Magicians. I want to say hi to Sheldon Syme down in Bismarck, giving us reports on that Battle of Bismarck tonight, and also good buddies Mike Kramer and Scott Duke and Lane Johnson listening on PSP.network.
Tyler Baki checked in. He's at that same game at the VFW. 1-0 Demons. They just scored on a power play goal. So Bismarck High on top of that one, still 1-0 the score there. Special thanks to our good friend Bob Gillen, who runs North Dakota High School Hockey.com. Without Bob Gillen, we would not be anywhere near where we're at with delivering stats and the recaps from around the state of North Dakota. Visit North Dakota High School Hockey.com for all the stats. Stay up to date with everything high school hockey. Bob's been doing that for a long time, and my goodness, that is just fantastic.
You know, like now tonight he's on the ice crew because we were a little short-handed here, so he's working a net. Then he has to help clean up tonight because we don't have a cleaning crew. Then he'll go up to his office. If I got him pegged, he'll go up to the office about midnight, and he'll work on all the scores coming in tonight, probably till about 2, 3 in the morning, and then he'll go home. And then he'll be here right away at 7 in the morning, opening up and taking care of the day's activities. So it's just amazing the hours that Bob puts in with this website, along with managing this complex that we all know as the Mesa Arena. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, if you're listening to the hockey game now, visit NorthDakotaHighSchoolHockey.com, NDHighSchoolHockey.com. Give that page a view. I tell you what, it really is fantastic what he's done for the sport of hockey. I've talked to him many times in the 9 years that I've been doing Magicians Games. I think one of the greatest things about that whole thing, Larry, is the fact that it's done for one reason and one reason only, and that's to promote our players in North Dakota high school hockey. Bob Gillen's whole mission of that is not to make money, not to be recognized by doing it, but to recognize the kids that are in our programs across the state to further their hockey careers. And what more can you say about an act like that you're talking about? He does it for free, and he's sitting up there until 3 o'clock in the morning on a night like tonight to do that, thanks to North Dakota High School Hockey and Bob Gillen.
Yeah, and 2 weeks ago he had the winter meetings down in Florida. He had to fly down there. Last weekend he was in Los Angeles at a different group that he works with. He's going all over the place. He's leaving again 2 days from now for more conferences. So, yeah, hats off to Bob. It's just unbelievable how he can do that. I know I would never be able to keep up that pace.
Here's the stats from the North Dakota High School Hockey website, courtesy of Bob Gillen. The leading scorers in North Dakota look like this. Ian Amsbaugh from Botno Rugby's got 55 points on the year. The juniors only played in 18 games. He's got 55 points. Not a bad campaign for the Botno Brave. Drew Sandy from Fargo South Shanley's got 51 points. 48 for his line mate Alex Senf. Dickinson's Joey Pavick's got 39, and that kid's the real deal. He had 2 against Minot High on Saturday. Pavick, number 4 in the state. Braden Panzer from Grand Forks Central's got 39 on the season. William Lawson-Body from Central's got 38. Chase Spicer from Central's got 38 as well. Nolan Nienow from the West Region, Jamestown Blue Jays, has 36. He's number 8 in the state. Sawyer Satchrup from Mayville Portland, the junior forward's got 36. They don't play a varsity schedule in North Dakota High School Hockey, but still noteworthy that he's got 36 on the year. And Joey Kennelly rounds out the top 10 in North Dakota for scorers with 33 points on the year. He plays for Grand Forks Central. In this game here tonight, you've got Minot High in the top 22, courtesy of Jaden Luck. 13 goals on the year, 13 assists for 26 points. It's been a while since Minot High's had somebody that's been rock solid in that top 20. It's been since Easton Bennett when he played for the Magicians a few years ago, and Minot High won the West Region Crowd back in 2016. Nice to see that Luck continues to climb that ladder up to number 22 in North Dakota High School Hockey for scoring. Special thanks again to NorthDakotaHighSchoolHockey.com providing the stats here tonight. When we come back to our first International Bank and Trust intermission report, we're not going to play Stump Stonewall tonight, is that right?
No, we can play Stump Stonewall, but we're going to stump Holberg even worse in the second intermission.
Stump Stonewall's next. 1-0 Magi at the end of one, courtesy of Jack Blebel's 15th of the year. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
UPS store here in Minot. I've had many customers express being frustrated with the P.O. box they once had. They didn't realize they couldn't have packages delivered to their P.O. box. It's why they now have a personal mailbox here at the UPS store. We'll accept the packages for you, and you can pick them up when it's best for you. For a more efficient business, visit us at the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Minot Hockey Boosters has one mission: to inspire teamwork, pride, and life lessons in the lives of all our members. Hockey is more than a sport, it's a way of life. The benefits of playing hockey from a young age last a lifetime. Visit MinotHockey.com for more information or to get signed up in the Learn to Play program today. Minot Hockey Boosters. The strength of the pack is the wolf. The strength of the wolf is the pack.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork and their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank. They have tonight's call and every Nickelback album. Back to the voices of Magi Hockey. Here's Nick Holberg and Larry McFall.
1-0 at the end of one. Minot High on top of the Williston Coyotes tonight. Nick Holberg and Larry McFall for the call on the PSP Network. Make sure to head to Facebook and like the PSP Network to stay up to date with all things Minot High, Magician Sports, Minot State Hockey as well. PSP Network proud to be delivering tonight's call of Minot High Magicians Hockey on PSP.network and, of course, at 1390 KRRZ. Larry, are you ready for a little Stump Stonewall here tonight?
Yeah, I can about imagine. Yeah, I'm ready.
Well, let's get it on then, should we? You've been with the program for 45 years.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
It's a very long time. It's longer than you're old.
Yeah, you got me there by about 10.
Yep.
First question tonight in the Stump Stonewall. You ready for this? How many times has Williston made it to the state high school hockey tournament?
It's got to be about 8.
8 is right. 8 is correct. 97, 99, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, and 2010.
Yeah,
they haven't been there.
Solid there for yeah. You're gonna solid for a while.
You're gonna try to stump me now? Should we go back and forth? Is that what we're doing?
Oh, well, yeah, we could do that.
Let's give it a
Save
try.
you time in the second intermission to maybe talk to Ryan a little bit.
I'm ready when you are.
We've got all the lifetime Minot High stats against every team that still exists.
Okay.
I did not write down the Can-Dos and the Park Rivers and the teams that didn't exist. So, based on that, who has Minot High won the most games against in high school hockey?
Who has Minot High won the most games against in high school hockey? Well, I know it's not anyone from the east side of the state.
You're correct there.
I'm guessing it's not Century or Bismarck High due to the fact that they've had our number for the past few years. You're looking at me like maybe that's incorrect.
No, okay.
But this is my logic. I know that we've really put the wood to Williston over time.
That rivalry didn't start, though, till the mid-'90s.
Till the mid-'90s.
You've got a lot of them that started in 74, 76.
And that wouldn't be Hazen either. I know that we put the wood to Hazen too, but that program didn't start until a little bit later. Dickinson, the same thing.
We beat Hazen 38 times. We're 38-5-1 against Hazen.
Oofta. I'm going to say we've got the most wins all time against Botno.
You are correct.
Unbelievable.
Our record against Botno is 73 wins, 19 losses. So 73 is the most wins. Wow.
You ready?
Stalemate.
It's a stalemate. 0-0.
I'll get you on the next one. You can't possibly get the next one.
Okay, here's your next one. There's a figure skater on the ice right now, by the way. So we're stopping the clock with 4:40 left with the ice resurface. So we'll be here for a minute. Next question for you. When was the last time that Minot High won the West Region Tournament Championship? When was the last time the Magi went to state with the number 1 seed out of the West Region? Now, they've had some good teams. They've won the West since this, but they've never won the West Region Tournament since what year?
2006.
That is correct. Minot High won the West Region Tournament in 2005, and then they won it again in 2006. Since then, Bismarck from 7 to 10. Century won it in 11. Bismarck won it in 12. Century won it in 13. Bismarck won it in 14. Century in 15. That's the year Minot High won the state title, by the way. Bismarck in 16 and 17. Century won it last year in 18. So Minot High has a chance to see if they can get it done.
First time in 14 years.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah, I lived it. I can imagine that.
All right, hit me with your best shot.
Okay, by the way, the Bismarck teams, this isn't the next question, but outside of the 73 against Botno, Minot High has beaten Bismarck High and Century 66 times apiece.
Wow.
They're 66-59-3 against Bismarck, 66-39-4 against Century. But my question to you is, Minot High has played Grand Forks Central. This is a double question.
Okay.
They've played Grand Forks Central 49 times. Out of that 49 games, how many games has Minot High won against Grand Forks Central?
Well, I'm going to guess we had the call of the state title game. We beat them in 2015.
That was a big one.
That was a huge one. In that same time frame, in the last 9 years, I know that they beat them at least one other time. We shut them out at the Purper Arena. In that same time frame, Quinn Fuchs era, so there's 2. I'm going to guess maybe 2 more times throughout history for a total of 4.
You are correct.
Unbelievable.
They're 4-45 against Grand Forks Central all time. But the second part of the question, they've played Red River 41 times. How many wins against Red River? But we'll give you the right. It's not fair to make you answer 2 for 1. So this is your third question.
My third question, Red River. Okay, well, let's think about this. We know that we had that epic Hayden Schwartz game winner in overtime 5-4 that broke the 22-year streak that Minot High couldn't get through to the TV round. That was back in 14.
And don't forget the 1985 tip-in by Matt Morelli on a pass from Littler that with 1 second left that defeated Red River at state.
So there's 2. In my time with the Magicians on the mic since...
Isn't it sad that we're thinking about 40-some games and we're in single digits with wins?
I'm going to guess that we have more wins against Central than we do Red River. I'm going to say that all-time Minot High has 3 wins against Red River.
Against Red River, we are 6-36-1.
Wow.
But, so you add up the wins against Red River and Grand, and it comes to 10.
Not good.
There's some work to do still.
We've got a little bit of work to do.
You got one more for me?
I've got one more for you.
Or do we just end this thing undefeated?
I think we should go just undefeated. Coyotes come back to the ice. Minot High's been out and waiting for them. We're just about set for our second frame.
You're smarter than I thought with your deductions. And you didn't think there's any way I would have got those 2 right.
Well, you know, when you grow up in the program, and I had the opportunity to listen to you and Rob for all those years, and Charlie and Mr. Swearingen as a kid as well, I followed that stuff pretty tightly. If you would have asked me the 2 goaltenders in the history of Minot High to have tigers painted on their masks, I could tell you who those 2 are.
Brian Holland and who else?
Donnie Rosted. Remember that? The eye of the tiger?
Both of them. Rosted and they were teammates, and then they were teammates at Minot State. In fact, they were the goalies when Minot State hosted the Nationals in 2000, and they lost to Penn State in a thrilling semifinal game.
We're underway for the second. Minot High will travel from the left to the right, right to the left. For the Williston Coyotes, we're underway. Fillian's got the puck. Minot High's got a 1-0 lead, courtesy of Jack Clemmel's 15th of the year. In the offensive corner with it, Fillian's got it, sends it out in front to Morelli. That one went too far in front of him. And now the Coyotes retrieve, and they bring it up through center ice, so they'll dump it back in behind Trey Sortland. Nice crowd on hand tonight here at the Pepsi Rink. The majority of the fans seem to be on our side here tonight, Larry. Not a bad crowd here for senior night.
Everyone's always on our side.
Puck is taken here by Morelli.
Well, yeah, maybe not last year.
Here's a drive coming up and just wide. The puck went just wide of Hagenau on the blocker's side. Came back up to the point. Shot came in from Bonebreak, and the glove save was there. 16-11 to play here in the second. You think those Central and Red River guys are on our side?
No. The Central and the Red River guys don't like me very much, and when they come here as Toros, they ignore me. Johnny Lazat told my son one time here that, I don't talk to Larry too much. He dished us all those years with Red River.
The only Minot High fan, by the way, in 2014 to go to the Sunshine Bracket game at 8 a.m. over at the Perp to watch Red River play was Larry McFall. That
West Fargo High School.
West Fargo.
They had to play at 9 in the morning, and I was there for it.
Cheering as loud as you could. Centering feed comes to the point. Thongfed handles, turns it towards the net. That one went wide. There's a broken stick on the ice. Oh boy, how about the hit in the far corner? Jaden Luck absolutely threw a player for a ride. I believe that's Alvarado. He's still on the ice grabbing his right hip. He's still down, and Luck's going to the sin bin on a boarding call, says Nathan Medler.
1:17 will be the time of that penalty on Luck.
Might have had the wrong number for you. I believe that is number 9 instead. It is 9. Brock Brannon. He goes to the Williston bench. He was railed in the far corner by Jaden Luck. It was away from the play. It's just going to be a 2-minute call. No, it should be a 5. Any boarding or checking from behind in high school hockey is worthy of a 5-minute. So Minot High will be without their top point producer for 5 minutes on the major.
Bismarck Century leads Bismarck High 2-1 after 2 periods now down in Bismarck.
That's a dogfight there. We'll be at the VFW Sports Center, not this weekend, but the next for the WDA tournament. Hope you can join us on the PSP network for the call of all the Minot High Magicians matchups. Call the West Region title game, whether or not the Magicians are in that one as well. Puck is handled back at the point by the Coyotes. They're on their second power play of the night. This is a 5-minute major on Jaden Luck. So the puck is handled here by the Magi. They push out to center, and right back the other way comes Ekblad. Ekblad's in with it. He's hit there by Thongfed. He's ridden to the ice, and then the Magicians fire it up towards center. It was knocked down with a high stick there from Collins. Collins is going to get it back after Nick Murphy touched it. Just about 2 minutes into the second, Minot High's up 1-0. Murphy upended at the blue line. Murphy trying to clear the zone with it. Can't now. Bone break takes it. He puts a howitzer to the other end of the ice. Hagedow's out of the net to play it. Mason Hagedow left it back in behind where Ekblad's back on the retrieve. 4:05 left of the major power play time here for the Coyotes. Their second power play of the night. Fillian's got it back in his own territory. He spins this one all the way down. Hauser's the first one on it. Hauser from the corner. Hauser tried to feed it back in front to Fillian, shorthanded. Here come the Coyotes back the other way. Ekblad's back in, over the line. Minot High glove side of Sortland. Ekblad fires it off the side of the mask of Sortland. Sortland falls on the pillows. He'll hang on to it.
Magicians doing a good job so far of killing off this power play. Breaking up a lot of rushes by Williston at the blue line and dumping it back down. And the Coyotes join the zone now finally, and the face-off will be to the left of Sortland.
14:23 left here in this second period. Minot High leading the hockey game 1-0. Jack Plemmel's 15th of the year. Minot High will UFO this one 200 feet down the entire length of the ice. Fillian's down there to pick it up for the Magi, but he's intercepted on the play by Jorstedt. Here's Dale Jorstedt, 14 points out of the year, upended by Hauser, and back with it is Fillian in his own territory. He fires it ahead forward. Hagedow's going to have to come over the net to play it. He just elects to let it go for Hauser, and Hauser's in a 1-on-3 back behind the net. Fancy move. Here's Hauser. He's going to walk out. Hauser turns it towards the cage. Hit the side of the shin pad of Bergstrom. Hauser's got it back. Now it's Morelli. Morelli's shorthanded with it. Morelli's just going to skate it back out into the neutral zone with a backhand, chips it back in. Well, there's one thing for certain, and that's Minot High's penalty kill's been rock solid all year long. They proved that again now as Bonebreak fires it up through neutral. Back with it comes Hayden Bergstrom. He's into the Minot High end with the puck is Collins at the point. Dished across here to Sheets. He fires one up and wide on the blocker side. Puck's down to the corner. Thiessen's got it. Behind the cage it comes to Collins. Back up to the point, handling his Sheets on the near side. Stick was in the way from Deal. He blocks that pass and it goes back to the far side. Here's the drive that came into the stick in the possession of Morelli momentarily. Coyotes have it back. 2:20 on their power play. 13 on the dot to play in the second. Minot High up 1-0. Puck's in the corner, blocker side of Sortland. Back up top it comes. With it is Denver Sheets. He moves it back off to Collins. Back at the point, across comes Ekblad. Skates it to the near side. Down to the left corner. Ekblad walks out, center slot, look to fire. Nice defense in front of the net from Deal, and Ekblad's got it again. Ekblad up to the point. Here's a drive coming off the carom, off the end wall. Comes back to Collins. He stick handles in the corner. Coyotes have it again. Back across the slot that came. Back away to Landon Thiessen. At the point, Sheets handles here. Now it's going to be driven towards the net. Loose in front of the blue paint. Tucked home. It's a 1-1 hockey game on the doorstep. The power play tally scores. Who will it be, Larry? It's 16 out of the pile first. Hunter Roseland with his 4th of the year.
4:39 will be the time of that power play goal. And Williston moving the puck around very well in the Minot zone. And still a power play here with 1:38 left on the major to Luck. And we'll wait for the assists on that goal by Rossland.
Well, we knew we'd be in for a dogfight tonight. These two teams played earlier this year. Hey, let's listen into Duffy Novak real quick.
Denver Sheets gets an assist.
And does Landon Thiessen as well. Minute 10 remains on the Luck. 5-minute major call that Williston has converted on once here. Into the offensive zone come the Coyotes. Denver Sheets takes it down to the near side wing. It's Murphy trying to clear. Ekblad holds it. He skates across top of the circle. Fires. Oh, he scored.
Skating across the top of the slot was Ekblad, and he just took a wrister from the top to the circle, and it found its way home on Sortland. 2 power play goals on this major, and there's still 55 seconds left in it. And Williston remains on the power play.
Jackson Ekblad leads the team in scoring with 24 points now on the year. That's goal number 10. Williston in again to Duffy Novak.
Unassisted for Ekblad, and that's 2 goals in 44 seconds, and 2-1 Williston.
Coyotes are on top here in this one. Faceoff will come outside into the neutral zone. It's a hand pass on the Coyotes. Well, you want to talk about the Wild Wild West. Minot High secured the top spot. They're 10-1 in conference play. They win the West Region regular season crown, but you got to be careful going into that West Region tournament. This is a year that you can win the West and not even make the state tournament in my mind. You got to be really careful heading into the tournament not to have any letdowns. And Minot High trying to avoid one here tonight to keep that momentum up heading into the tournament where they very well could see this Coyote team.
Yeah, absolutely, Nick. And like you said, you got to have momentum when you head to that tourney.
Here's Philly, and he's going to be tied up on the play, and the Coyotes are going to be charged with the holding.
That penalty will come at 6:02, and that is the first penalty whistled on Williston tonight. And Anthony Pickle will come in the box and field change.
15 seconds remains on the major penalty to Jaden Luck. Coyotes have scored twice on that power play. So after this, Minot High will have a minute 45 on the holding call with 10:58 to play in the second. Coyotes are up 2-1 in the hockey game. Puck is taken here to the offensive zone by Collins. He's going to work towards the net. Comes right in front of Sortland. He makes the save, and the rebound taken here by the Magi. Trying to push it back up to center. With it now is Philly, and he moves it back over to Riley Opperud. Minot High's at full strength and on the power play. Comes away down to Nick Murphy. He's over the Pepsi logo at center. Goes to the left side. Takes it, hits the brakes at the half wall. Works it up to Opperud at the point. Shuffles it back over. With it now is Deal. He'll crash towards the net. Here's a drive save. Loose in front of the cage. Oh! Murphy had a yawning goal mouth. He sent it just wide. Puck comes back up now onto the tape here for Opperud at the point. Opperud sends it in off the stick of the net keeper. Goes back away to the far wall. Taken here by Deal. 27 White handles back up to the point. Opperud across he comes. Sends it in. Save. Rebound put right out in front. Big juicy one there. Opperud's got it back again at the line. Opperud back to Nick Murphy. Fancy move. Murphy's in. Put it up into the catching mitt. Hagano with a flashy glove save.
Murphy tried to pick the hole in between the glove and the post. but holding his ground was Haugenow and makes yet another glove save. 9 minutes and 55 seconds remaining in the second period. What a turn of events. Williston now up 2-1. And they're shorthanded for another 57 seconds. The Magicians on the power play.
On the glove side of Haugenow. Puck is won back to the Magi. Back at the point, bone break, sends it over. Here's Plemmel, fires it towards the net. Jack Plemmel didn't get all of that one. It went on the ice, and the stop was made by Haugenow.
So the Magicians trying to crash the net and get that initial shot and work for a rebound. Haugenow has been doing a good job pouncing on those. Face-off will be to his left.
Off the draw. Puck is won by the Magi. Back to the point. Thongfett handles here. Dished off to Plemmel, top of the circle. He's got the goal for the Magi tonight. Back up to Thongfett. He sends one in. Haugenow went down to the pillow. Stop is made. There's a scrum after. Everybody goes their own direction, and the face-off will come to the Williston net keeper's glove side once again.
Haugenow saw that all the way from the point. They got to create just a little more havoc in front of the net and try to get a screen on Haugenow. If he sees those from the blue line, he's going to stop those all the time.
Well, you talked about him in the pregame show tonight. 89.7% save percentage and a .288 goals against average. Those are good enough numbers to win hockey games without a doubt. And Haugenow right now for Williston is their most important player. They're being outshot 19-8 here in the hockey game. Thongfett delivers across with it now. Thongfett fires his brother, shot it towards the net. Stop was made. Puck is taken here by the Coyotes, and they shoot it all the way down with Ashton Collins out to play it as Sortland back in behind the net. We're on the retrieve here for the Magi is Gabe Thongfett. 5 seconds of the power play for the Magi. That will just about do it as up through center comes Bonebreak. On the glove side, Bonebreak takes it in, trying to tuck it upstairs. Puck went over the net. Coyotes kill off the Magi power play. Back at the point, Luck handles. Sends it back around the dasher, away to the near side wing. All the way up top to the top of the circle for Bonebreak. The Thongfett centered it in front. Trying to fire that one away was Plemmel. Comes all the way back up to Tice at the blue line. Now the Coyotes are going to roll this one the length of the ice. They get a much needed icing with 8:33 to play here in the second. They lead 2-1.
In hockey, we talk about soft hands, being able to receive a pass with soft hands and keep it on your stick. And a lot of passes today are not being caught with soft hands. The passes are hitting the sticks and bouncing away, so these kids got to get a little bit better at absorbing that pass and keeping that puck on their sticks.
Coyotes out of their own end. Puck is taken here at center ice by Tice on the near wall. He just sends it right back to the other end of the ice surface behind the Williston cage. Underneath the net, it's going to be tied up down low. Scrubbing forward is Schuster. Out with it come the Coyotes. Ekblad pushes up to center. He put it onto the tape there of Roslin. Comes back away to Tice. He tried to force it into the offensive zone. Schuster was hit from behind on the play, and the Magi are going to be whistled for the offside.
We're down to 8 minutes and 3 seconds remaining here in the second period. If you're just joining us, Williston with a 2-1 lead here at the Pepsi Rink.
Well, you compare the Coyotes and the Magicians. You have the all-time numbers of how well Minot High has fared against Williston. Minot High is a team that's been to the state tournament 35 times. They've got the most state titles in the West region out of any team. They've got 2 of them. That's it. Bismarck High has 1. Every other state championship has been won by an East Region team. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, I can.
Philly had taken down to the corner. Delayed call coming on the Coyotes. It's going to be, I'm not sure what the call was from Medler. I don't know if I've seen that before. You'll have to look and see. Well,
9:14 is the time of the call. And it's going to be a cross-check.
Power play back out for the Magi.
And Denver Sheets isn't too happy about that one.
Well, this is a huge power play for the Magicians now. The West Region regular season champions for the 14th time, here in 2019-2020. Haugenow was forced to make an easy save. He gobbles it up and hangs on to it.
2 minutes for cross-check.
Face-off comes now to the right of Haugenow.
Draw one back to the Magi. With it is Deal. Top of the circle. Power plays out for the Magicians. Deal up top, Root at the point. Sends one in, glove save. Hagenau shot all the way, made no mistake.
Yeah, once again, he's seeing those shots from the blue line all the way as no one's in front. And these Magicians have to pick the holes a little bit better here. Make Hagenau work for it a little bit. I'd like to see some stick side shots from what I've seen.
Deal up the wall, back to Murphy at the point. Oproot's got it again. Oproot saucers it over. Here's Murphy a drive. That one hit Fillion right in the belly. Puck was knocked down, taken here by the Coyotes, and Bakken will launch it all the way down the length of the ice. Well, you remember the first goal tonight that the Magicians' Jack Plemmel scored. It was a beautiful give and go. I think you probably could have scored that one if you would have been able to be right there with Fillion skating down.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably wouldn't have been able to stay with it.
If you would have been able to. Here's a drive, Oproot, shot, save, rebound, loose in front. Here's a drive, wide open, firing and scoring for the Magi is 27, Zach Deal. His 9th of the year. The Magi have tied the game at 2.
That comes at the 10:04 mark here of period number 2. Deal got it on the face-off dot to the right of Hagenau and just fired it, and it found the net. Hagenau just got done making another save and was a little bit out of position. And looking to see if that is a power play goal. Yes, it should be a power play goal for the Magicians. We'll wait for the call by Duffy Dolbeck here.
No doubt about who scored it. It was Zach Deal. I believe it's going to be Oproot that's going to get the assist. Let's listen in. Back to the other end of the ice. Here's a drive, top shelf. The Coyotes have scored. Hickel put that one up to the cookie jar, and it's 3-2 Williston.
Fillion and Morelli get assists on the goal from Zach Deal, and while I was trying to write that down, Williston strikes at the 10:19 mark, so 15 seconds later, Williston's Anthony Hickel.
What a shot from Hickel, his second goal of the season.
Puts him back in the lead, too.
Yeah, my goodness, 3-2 Williston on top. We're down to 6:30 to play here in the second period. We'll listen in to Duffy Dolbeck. He's taking up the near side wall. Into the offensive zone, delay call coming.
They're going unassisted on that one because the shot was taken off the netminder. And now this has turned into the referee's show, completely, in my mind, destroying the flow that we had in this hockey game. Holding call coming up here at 10:46 of period number 2. And coming on in is Hayden Bergstrom. He'll get it for holding. And the Magicians back on the power play.
Well, when you look at the Coyotes coming into tonight's game, they're a team that's been called for 86 penalties on the season compared to the 68 that they've drawn. Mountain High on the other side, they've been one of the least penalized teams in the league at 68.
Penalty coming up here as Zach Deal rode skater number 6 all the way into the boards with his arms wrapped around him, and he's going to get a holding call. And that penalty comes at exactly the 11-minute mark, so 14 seconds after their power play started, it now comes to an end. It'll be 4-on-4. Could someone please tell me what's going on out there?
I wish I knew. I do know the Coyotes lead 3-2 with 6 on the dot to play in the second. We will skate 4-on-4 for the next minute 42. After that, the Coyotes will go to the power play. Back behind them on an high net with the puck handling. Here's Collins. He's going to move it back. Center slot. Collins makes a move. Collins skated it through the slot, comes back up to the point. Ekblad's got it here. Here's Ekblad down to the half wall. Blocker side it comes. Morelli's all over him. Puck is taken in the corner by Tice. He'll take it away. Tice is being hounded by Ekblad. Tice trying to get rid of it. He does. Dishes it over to Thongfet. And now Thongfet will start the rush for the Magi. Plemmel calling for the puck, but it's Thongfet that just skates it into the zone. He's ridden off the play. The puck goes down to Whitlock. Sam Whitlock back in behind his own net. Worked it back up. Tice gets it, puts it on a tee, and a one-timer into the catching mitt.
Haugado's glove, his catching glove, is going to get worn out tonight. All the shots finding that leather glove. See, Reggie Morelli's in the crowd here tonight. Good to see Reg coming to the hockey game to watch his grandson play.
Off the draw, the stop is made by Hagado. Face-off coming again. Had the opportunity to head to Grand Forks a couple weekends ago to watch North Dakota and Colorado College play on Saturday night. It's always one of my favorite things to go find the picture of Reg Morelli. He won the... Here's a drive in front of the net. Murphy tucks it home. Minot Ice tied it at 3.
Shot came into Haugado. He kicked it out to his right. Murphy was standing there and buried the rebound. And this one's getting a little bit crazy here. That goal scored at 11:57 here of period number 2. The goals just keep coming.
Well, I was just saying that Reg Morelli got the game-winning goal for North Dakota. First ever national championship for the Fighting Sioux back then. Nick Murphy scores right as we start to say that. Larry, if you don't mind, can you listen in for the assist on the goal for Nick Murphy?
I sure can.
Here goes Operud into the offensive zone. Puck was taken away by Collins. Collins is going to fire this one out to center. Rolls all the way down. It will be an icing on the Coyotes.
Operud gets the assist, number 21. And yes, I did watch that 1959 championship game that Reggie won. I was 1 year old.
Unbelievable.
Sitting in front of my black and white TV. No, I didn't.
I was waiting to see what you were going to say next. Here's a try.
People say they don't remember anything until you're about 4 or 5 years old. I remember stuff at 6 months.
Puck is handled here by Jaden Luck in the corner. He's going to spin away with it. Sends it up front, trying to go to Hauser. We're still 4-on-4 for the next 15 seconds. Coyotes into the offensive zone. They dump it down in behind Sortland. On the retrieve is Thongfett back away in the corner. Puck's going to come up to Luck. It goes back away to Thongfett. It's a 3-3 hockey game with 4:15 left in the second. Williston and Minot High here tonight. Thongfett trying to bump it back to his partner Drady. He leaves it on the side of the wall here near side wing. Trying to clear the zone of the match. They can't. Back in. Here's a drive and a hard shot. Came in on Sortland. He was forced to make the save on the hard little snapshot there from Bjorstedt.
Little bodies flying after the whistle. Luck gets knocked down a good 3-4 seconds after the whistle. A nice wrist shot there by Bjorstedt. He really snapped that one. I think that caught Sortland by surprise a little bit. He knocked it down and then pounced on it. 4 minutes and 1 second remaining in the second period. It's a 3-3 hockey game here between Minot and Williston. A little shenanigans going on the face-off. And they're going to have to do it again.
Well, Ben Bonebrake had the size advantage on the draw against Colby Nearing, the sophomore. Bonebrake gave him a little shove. Nearing ended up off balance. Nathan Medler from center ice said, I don't like that. Let's face him off again. Meanwhile, Deal came out of the box. He's going to have to come back out of the penalty box after he went back in. Now he's out, and both teams are at full strength. Off the draw, Minot High's got it here on the near side wing. Up to center ice. Puck is pushed up to Deal. Deal's into the offensive zone. Deal hits the brakes. Now he makes a move looking for the outlet. Deal's pinned up down deep. We've got a dogfight on our hands here tonight to this West Region affair. Fillion, center slot, trying to send it down low off to Morelli. He's underneath the net, down to 3:35 to play in the second period. Morelli's going to come up with it, up to the point and drop it back down to the corner with the backhand. Morelli put it down low where Deal's on the retrieve. Taken away here by the Coyotes. They work it up to center with the help of Denver. Sheets and now on the rush is Colby Nearing. Nearing dump and chase into the corner on the blocker's side. First one there is Riley Operud. He went to Bonebrake. Shotguns this one up to center, off to Plemmel. Plemmel's into the offensive zone. Taken away there by Ekblad, and Ekblad's going to be hauled up on the play. Touch the puck, Jack. It finally does. Jack commits the crime on the play, and he looks right at Medler and just quits playing. He puts both of his hands in the air like a child, and the play continued. Then he touched the puck, and Medler charges him with the 2-minute holding call.
14-minute mark on that call against Klebel. His first visit to the penalty box tonight.
Klebel's been a player that's turned it up as of late. 15 goals on the year, courtesy of the one he scored the first period here tonight. So those little things that make you a desired player at the next level. Your body language is such a big thing. When you get charged with a penalty, just finish the play out and then have the conversation with the official instead of completely throwing both hands in the air. Puck is taken, dropped back over to the corner. Power plays out for the Coyotes. It's 3-3. They got a minute left, minute 42 left, on the man advantage. They've got 2 power play goals tonight. They drop it down to the corner. It's going to be worked back to the half boards. Taken here by Thiessen. Cross to the point it comes. Denver Sheets delivered back door. Nobody home there. Back up, Ekblad. He's got it at the point. He fired one right into the skates of Murphy. That couldn't have felt good for Murphy. Back up top, it's handled here by Thiessen. He drops it down to the corner, picked up by Bakken. Back to Thiessen, back across to the point. Puck almost escapes the zone. Denver Sheets got it back. Sheets drops it down to the half wall on the blocker side now. Skating through the slot, this is Collins. Back up to Sheets, taken away by Murphy. Thongfed tries to clear, he can't. Taken now by Nick Murphy, and Murphy's going to take this one and fire it all the way down the length of the ice. 55 seconds of power play time with a minute 50 left here in the second period. It's still 3-3 with Williston and Minot High here tonight. Into the offensive zone of the power play comes Thiessen. He's on the near side wing. Ekblad had it at the point, and then it was Jaden Lockhart on the forecheck here. The penalty kill took it away from him. Coyotes had to regroup back in their own territory. Into the offensive zone they come. They're whistled for an offside with about 28 left here in the second.
Boy, that major penalty on the Magicians on luck that ended up in 2 Williston goals has just seemed to take the air out of the team and the crowd. And the Magicians are going to have to try to fight to get that momentum back again here in this one.
Puck is handled here by Bonebrake. He fires it up the glass. Puck rolls back into offensive territory. Luck causing some trouble here. Short-handed. Luck's forecheck on the kill. Man, that kid has just always got the burners on. Luck from the corner. Back off to Thongfed. Short-handed. Trying to stuff it home from the side of the net. And Hageno made the save. Down to 5 seconds of power play time into the offensive zone. The drive came in. Sortland made the stop, but now
Luck got pulled down as the puck was leaving the zone. A senseless penalty by Williston as the puck was leaving the zone. And they're going to call interference on that, or holding. You can call either. Okay, this is a little weird. The last 3 penalties have been called at 11-minute mark exactly, 14-minute mark exactly, and now 16-minute mark exactly. That could be an omen.
Yeah, it's a little eerie.
It is eerie.
Gloves.
Who's in the box? Number 2 is in the box. That's Hickle again.
Levels out of the sin bin. Into the offensive zone. The puck rolled down for the Coyotes into their offensive zone. Minot High's back on the retrieve. Picking it up back in behind the net is Riley Oproot. He'll start the rush for the Magi. Up the near side wall. Off to Fillion. Fillion goes cross ice. Over to Nick Murphy. Murphy's pass was intercepted there, and it's Oproot back at center that is being hounded. Man, he's being slashed and worked on by Collins. He dumps it into the offensive zone. Minot High's on the attack. Their power play down to a minute 26, but there's only 25 seconds remaining here in the second. With the puck, it's picked up. Carter Bakken fires this one all the way down. Sortland made the stop. Sortland just let it go there to Oproot, and Oproot's going to start the rush back the other way. All right, kids, cut him down. We're at 10 seconds. Now 9. Here's 8. Morelli fires, save, rebound. Loose in front of Hagenow. The stop is made. Then Morelli's going to have a collision there. Jaden Luck's having a jousting match behind the net. And there's penalties coming of this.
Yeah, now, 5.7 seconds left. The players got together and pushed a little bit. Just let it go. I mean, wow. We're going to be here all night. They keep on calling everything. We all know you can call everything in hockey if you wanted to. Well, we're doing it tonight. Luck's in the box. And coming in for Williston is skater number 18, Sam Whitlock. I'm running out of room.
Well, and that's the whole deal. You don't want to get me going on that topic of conversation. I respect these guys for what they do, absolutely. But you got to know your territory a little bit. This is a West Region high school hockey matchup. Talking about 14 to 18-year-old kids off the draw. Morelli one-timer through the 5-hole. The Magi take the lead.
Oh, my. Morelli at 16:57 with just 3 seconds left in the period. I was writing down all the penalties, Dick. I missed it. Can't add much color on that one.
Should see the smile on Reg Morelli's face right to our left. That'll bring a goosebump your way, absolutely. Morelli tucks that one home, no doubt about it. Goal number 7, point number 18 on the year for Aiden Morelli. That was a howitzer. Off the draw at center, that will do it for the second. Minot High is going to come out with the lead 4-3 at the end of 2. What's going on at the Pepsi rink tonight? This has been a wild affair. Minot High's got the lead. They led 1-0 at the end of 1. Williston came charging back. Williston had a 2-1 lead in the hockey game. Minot High tied it. Williston took the lead back. Minot High tied it, and then Aiden Morelli says, I don't think so. We're going to the room with the lead. They lead 4-3 at the end of 2 periods played. First International Bank intermission report comes up next. Minot High on top, 4-3 at the end of 2. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Systems go for lunch when supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
Premier Movement. Move better, perform better, live better. Premier Movement is personal training redefined. Using group classes that demand accountability, action, and results. Visit PremierMovementND.com to learn how you can change your life today. While you're there, you can also see how to sign up for your first workout for free. PremierMovementND.com.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Pro Style Production Live Events specializes in making your event fun with a professional touch, whether it's a wedding, reunion, or party. Pro Style Productions event management takes the stress out of your event so you can sit back and enjoy. Contact Ben Barr from Pro Style Production today to discuss your event or visit ProStyleProduction.com. Pro Style Production Live Events. Let the pros handle it.
I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. I've had many customers express being frustrated with the P.O. box they once had. They didn't realize they couldn't have packages delivered to their P.O. box. It's why they now have a personal mailbox here at the UPS store. We'll accept the packages for you and you can pick them up when it's best for you. For a more efficient business, visit us at the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Minot Hockey Boosters has one mission: to inspire teamwork, pride, and life lessons in the lives of all our members. Hockey is more than a sport, it's a way of life. The benefits of playing hockey from a young age last a lifetime. Visit MinotHockey.com for more information or to get signed up in the Learn to Play program today. Minot Hockey Boosters. The strength of the pack is the wolf. The strength of the wolf is the pack.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank. It's time for the First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report. First International has you covered. Let's go back to the press box for the stats, analysis, and everything else Magi hockey.
A Wild West shootout tonight here at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. Williston and Minot in a 4-3 dogfight tonight. Minot High's on top. Nick Holberg and Larry McFall here for the First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report. First International Bank and Trust is a proud member of the Minot community. We stay true to our values by encouraging our staff to spend more time with family. By doing so, we spend more moments living in the moment. Member FDIC, live first. Larry, your analysis of this hockey game, where do you even begin? My goodness, 1-0 at the end of one, Minot High. What happened in the second?
Crazy train. We jumped on the crazy train, and 6 goals scored in that period. Unbelievable. Let's go through the scoring again in this one. In the first period at 5:09, it was Jack Plemmel from Peyton Fillion and Aidan Morelli to give the Magicians a 1-0 lead. The only penalty in that period was Derwin Hauser taking a roughing for the Magicians. Then in the second period, Minot skater Luck takes a penalty. They gave him a 5-minute boarding at 1:17. And that set Williston up for an unlimited 5-minute power play. And boy, did they strike. They struck twice. Hunter Rossland at the 4:39 mark on assist from Landon Thiessen and Denver Sheets. And then 44 seconds later, Jason Ekblad scored unassisted. And that gave Williston the 2-1 lead. Penalties in the second period. Outside of that one to Luck for 5 minutes, Hickel took a hold at 6:02. Sheets cross-check at 9:14. Bergstrom a hold at 10:46. Dealwin in the box for holding at 11 minutes. Plemmel interference, he got a holding at 14 minutes. Hickel again for interference, and then Luck gets a roughing and Whitlock a roughing. That was a coincidental penalty. So after Williston took the 2-1 lead, we're pretty sure that Zach Deal scored the goal at 10:04 for the Magicians to tie it up on assists from Morelli and Fillion on the power play. I just got the official score sheet pulled up on the iPad, and the referees gave it to Jack Plemmel from Morelli and Fillion. So we'll check that. Pretty sure that was Deal instead of Plemmel. But then 15 seconds later, Anthony Hickel strikes to tie the game, or to put Williston back up again 3-2. And then Minot at 11:57 ties it back up again. This time the goal coming from Murphy on assists from Opperud. And that was a 4-on-4 goal. And then with 3 seconds left on the clock on a draw down to Haugeno's right, Morelli gets the goal on an assist from Fillion. That was a power play goal. So the Magicians now take it to the locker room with a 4-3 lead. Goaltender saves. Haugeno 10 in the first, 16 in the second. He's got 26 for the game so far. And Sortland, 6 saves in the first. They've got him for 1 in the second. And I thought he stopped more pucks than that, but I guess we can't argue that. So 7 total saves for Sortland. It's a 4-3 hockey game. Crazy train, baby.
We knew it could be a dogfight tonight. We talked about that before the game with 3-1 win that Minot High edged down in Williston just a few weeks back. You look at what Williston's done on the year, kind of interesting to see where this team's going to go in the future. This is a Williston Coyotes team that comes into tonight's game in the middle of a logjam in the West Region standings. They've got Dickinson coming up on Saturday to end out their year. You've got Jamestown and Mandan right in the mix with them. This is a Coyotes team that only has 5 seniors on their club, 3 juniors, and 10 sophomores. It's fair to say the Coyotes are going to be good for some time here in the near future. They need a win here tonight if they want to have one of the top 6 spots in the WDA heading into tournament time. What do you think we can expect out of Tyler Junt's team here in the third period?
Well, I think he's got to kind of like where he's sitting. You know, he'd like to have the lead, but he's only got 10 shots on goal. So to have 3 goals is a pretty good effort then against Sortland. And scoring 2 on the major, he's got to be happy with that. So for them, I think they just keep on doing what they're doing and see if the puck bounces their way here in the third period. For Minot High School, they're dodging a bullet. Granted, they have 30 shots on Haugenone. He's got 26 saves, but boy, they're letting Williston hang around. They took the lead twice. Minot came back, took the lead now. They've got to come out and play a perfect third period. And seriously, I mean, I always say to these players, stay out of the box. But it's getting to where everything is being called. Everything that's even close is being called. I agree with you. I used to referee for 14 years on the high school level. I worked with Colin Dobrevoni. I worked with Gary Fiddler. Worked a lot with Tom Taylor, Mike Kramer, Sid Paulson. I know what it's like. And you hit it right on the head. I like what you said. You got to kind of know the situation as an official. And these 2 teams, especially Williston, are playing for huge seeding. When there's little pushing and shoving with 5 seconds left in the period, and there's just some pushing and shoving, break it up and just memorize the numbers. Let the players know, now cool it, if I see you again, you're going in the third period. But man, when they start calling everything, it kills the flow so bad. So I'm not trying to criticize them, but you just kind of wish that they'd let them play a little bit in a game like this. But they're doing their job. They're calling stuff that happens, so I can't say they're not making the right calls. Sometimes when you got to look the other way sometimes, you know, and I think it really, really ruined the flow there in the second period. So I think the third period, the teams just need to stay out of the box and get this thing flowing and make it exciting here coming down to the end.
Well, the real problem with that is that you end up in a situation where once you start to call it that way, you kind of open that floodgate open. And then next thing you know, if if you're Bennett or Junt on the benches, Grubb or Willard or Nelson, either way, you look at it and you say, well, you didn't call it on us. Why you called it on them? But vice versa. Yeah. So, maybe that's, easier said than done from up here in the booth 100 feet away from what's going on. But you just like to see, and I'm old school. And that's been the problem with announcing high school hockey for quite some time is that, you grew up watching the Minot Americans and Top Guns play. You spend time with the Bobcats and then pro hockey. I mean, in these West Region affairs like this, they're high school kids. They're it's varsity hockey. When I played back in the day, I don't know how many times that, hate to say it, Mom, but there was blood on the ice once in a while. And that's what hockey is. I mean, give me a break.
Yeah, when you have a bench-clearing brawl and nobody gets suspended the next day, it's that it was a rough hockey game. Another skater hits the ice here tonight.
Well, the First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report will roll on here. We're about 6 minutes away from the start of our third. Pro Style Production Network happy to announce that we will be covering Minot High basketball, Minot High football, and baseball, girls basketball as well, and girls softball. A few games there also busy schedule coming up for the Pro Style Production Network. We had the opportunity to call Minot High against St. Mary's Boys High School basketball the other night. That one did not disappoint. Here's a little PSP rewind for you.
Oh, I was just going to say, folks, just in case, because you weren't up here in the box, but for all my friends listening, Nick Holberg earlier tonight claimed that he was talking to Mitch Lundy, and Nick said that he really feels that he's starting to like basketball a lot better than hockey. So,
oh, I don't know if I said better.
Isn't that what you said?
I said I'm becoming a basketball fan is what I said.
Oh!
No, yeah,
oh!
Easy does it. I'm going to be getting phone calls from the hockey community.
Okay.
It was quite a game the other night. Here's the rewind from that matchup, and you'll hear why. Really is quite exciting. Minot High's got a great boys basketball team. The girls had a huge upset last night. They knocked off Legacy, who was 16-0 coming into Magic City campus last night. Minot High beat them in a thriller by 1 point. The 7th team in the West Region, the Majets, got the win last night at Magic City. Here's the replay and the audio rewind from PSP Network from the boys matchup just a few nights ago.
Evenson throws it into Rosenkrantz. Now Cheddar's got it. Cheddar with 28 on the shot clock, 53 on the game clock, sends it inside. Here's Allie Nelson to the right side. Cheddar's open, 4-3, on low, she scores! Chance to put the Majets on top. Here's her second attempt. Cheddar's look at it, converts. She hits them both. 6 seconds, count them down at half court. We're down to 3, down 2. The shot comes up off the front of the rack. Rebound put in. Minot High wins it. The Majets have picked up the stunning upset tonight. My goodness, 53-52. They just had Legacy, their first loss of the season. Holly, how do you like that?
Minot High deserved the run out on the court. It was like they won a national championship, but they deserve that praise. What a big win for Minot High, and Legacy will go back to the drawing board after this one.
Well, it's safe to say the Sabres are stunned here a bit tonight. Minot High.
Systems go for lunch break when supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
Premier Movement. Move better, perform better, live better. Premier Movement is personal training redefined. Using group classes that demand accountability, action, and results. Visit PremierMovementND.com to learn how you can change your life today. While you're there, you can also see how to sign up for your first workout for free. PremierMovementND.com.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Pro Style Production Live Events specializes in making your event fun with a professional touch, whether it's a wedding, reunion, or party. Pro Style Productions event management takes the stress out of your event so you can sit back and enjoy. Contact Ben Barr from Pro Style Production today to discuss your event or visit ProStyleProduction.com. Pro Style Production Live Events. Let the pros handle it.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank. They travel together, but in separate vehicles. The voices of Magi Hockey. Here's Nick Holberg and Larry McFall.
17 minutes is all that remains in this West Region affair here tonight. That's in regulation. It's 4-3, Minot High on top of the Williston Coyotes here tonight. We're underway for the third. Minot High will travel from the right to the left, left to the right for the Coyotes, and we're underway here for our third and final frame as the Magi dump it down in behind Hagano. Puck is taken to the corner. It's Fillion that's on the prowl for the Magi. Up to Bone Break, trying to spin it off the wall. Comes back up to Morelli momentarily. Now it's Fillion that makes the move. Fillion's in. Oh, trying to pick the top corner. He sent it high and wide. Comes back to Morelli. He's got a goal in the game. Turns it towards the net. Save was made from Hagano. Minot High holds it in here from Oproot. Sends it towards the net. Another pad save. Hagano. He's been busy. Look out. Puck up into the seats. That one just about got up to us.
That was coming in hot. I would have saved you, Nick. I would have made the glove save on that. I know that you weren't even worried at all.
Well, I was
Mike could buy me.
I was just going to say, with your goaltending capabilities
and your goaltending capabilities,
we're just fine up here. No big deal. I'm not worried one bit.
Nope.
I caught one last year. It was on its way to Danny Sem's face doing a girls' game last year. I reached out and grabbed that thing.
You saved Danny?
Yes.
Good.
He would have been all right. Hurt my hand a little bit, by the way. Gotta pay attention.
I was going to say, you probably want to knock it down. You don't want to grab it.
I grabbed it and threw it right back on the ice. Puck is taken here by Thongfett. Back to deal in the corner. D-zone for the Magi. Back underneath the net of Sortland. Minute 5 into the third period. Drady soccers it forward up to Thongfett. Thongfett just whiffs on it. Puck is going to be taken and flipped back the other way. Minot High dumps it all the way down into the offensive zone. Deals on the forecheck. Puck comes back up to the point. Drady dropped it down. Center slot it comes. Thongfett lost the handle on it. Puck comes all the way back out to center. And Gabe Thongfett's on the retrieve for the Magi. Thongfett back up the near wall to Nick Murphy. No look pass. Got it away to Deal. Sends it across. Tried to feed it to Plemmel. Puck was taken by Ekblad. And it's going to be set up here by the Coyotes with real estate. Ekblad. He's going to be hit on the play there by Nick Murphy. Murphy with the help of Plemmel forechecking here for the Magi. Puck will be taken now by the Coyotes. Back up to center, and with it on the near side wall, it's Thiessen. Fillion's back into the offensive zone. Puck comes on the blocker's side here of Hagenow. Coyotes trying to clear, they can't. Handled now by Morelli. He regroups it at center. Taken and fired it off the glass, back in behind Hagenow. In the corner, blocker's side, down low it comes. Back up to center. Taken here by Oproot. He'll dump it down into the corner, back behind the net. 14:40 to play in the third. Minot High up 4-3. Senior night tonight for the Magi. It's been a dogfight, the teeter-totter affair. Williston has had the lead multiple times tonight. Into the offensive zone with Jack Plemmel. Plemmel lost an edge, went down. Now it's going to be flipped back up to center into the bench here for the Coyotes. And the faceoff will come back in the offensive zone for the Magi.
We're down to 14:22 left at regulation place. Sheldon Syme checking in from Bismarck. Century and Bismarck High going to overtime.
Oh boy.
Down in the VFW Sports Center. Thanks for those scores, Sheldon. Sheldon, a former Monitor, has been down in Bismarck for quite a few years now and listens to every game that we broadcast here on PSP.network.
Puck is taken and sent into the offensive zone by the Magi. On the retrieve, it comes back up to Thongfett. It hopped over his stick all the way down in behind Sortland. Icing on the play on the Coyotes. 14:07 left here in the third period. Minot High up 4-3.
Wade Rigueur checking in with me tonight too. Thanks for listening, Wade. He's got some big ones coming up this weekend. Right here at the Pepsi rink. Colorado is in town. Friday and Saturday night, I believe they're 7:05s. Puck drops.
If you haven't been to a Beavers hockey game, you should come and check it out. One of the best teams in college hockey makes their home here at the Pepsi rink. The defending ACHA national champions.
Defending champs.
Wasn't much of a game on Saturday night. Williston, the Tetons were here. Minot State put the wood to them pretty good. 11-1 was the score on Friday and Saturday in the home and home.
Yeah, Bob actually gave me a Saturday night off, so I was watching the World of Outlaws from Florida. I was also watching the Montreal Canadiens and watching the Toro game on Hockey TV, so I was not here, but I knew that it was well in hand.
Puck is taken in the corner, offensive zone by the Magi.
It was nice to have a Saturday night game night off for once.
Yeah, you don't get many of those, eh?
No.
We're down to 13:40 to play in the third. You won't have many Saturday nights off coming up in the near future either. It's tournament time for high school hockey. West Region Tournament in Bismarck next weekend, followed by the state tournament in Fargo at the Shields Arena. Minot High hoping to make it there for the 36th time in school history. Here's a drive from Opperud from the line. That one went just wide on the blocker side. Puck taken by Draney, fired it forward, but it hit traffic. The Coyotes back up to center. Opperud put up the brick wall right at center. Comes back to Murphy on the transition. Here's Murphy into the zone, turns it towards it at all. Tried to pick the glove corner, but it was high and wide there. The puck is taken by the Coyotes. Back to center. Ekblad starts the rush for the Coyotes. He skates it in on the blocker side. Met by Opperud. Opperud wrote him off the play, but Ekblad gets the puck back up, and at the point it's handled here by Whitlock. Whitlock ahead forward. Opperud takes it up off the glass. Murphy on the foot race back the other way, but Ekblad's got it back here. Ekblad right at center ice, dumped it off the wall, ahead forward. Taken there by Bonebreak. He feeds it ahead to Plemmel. Plemmel's got the burners on. Plemmel's in. Backhand. Oh, he was stuffed on the play. Then the mask of Hagenau comes crashing off after it goes up and out of play. 12:28 to play here in the third period.
Oh, look at Hagenau's flow. That's some good flow going. Big save. Nice pad save down there by Hagenau.
You like him even more now that he looks like Patrick Waugh in the 90s, eh?
I just like the flow, the long hair. Any player with long hair. I think the winner, though, tonight is skater number 15, Sheets. Pretty much got the longest flow on the ice.
It's about time for you to put some dye in your mop there, isn't
Almost
it?
time for summer blonde. Yeah, you want that for state?
We should do a Facebook Live for Larry's summer blonde bleaching. Here's a drive from the line. The stop was made, and hanging on to it is Hagenau.
I don't know if doing it right at state tournament time would be good, though, because then everybody would think I'm doing the Red River thing.
Oh, you don't want to do that.
No, I don't want to do that. So usually I have it well established before I get there, but not this year.
Puck is handled here and sent up the glass by Denver Sheets. Back on the retrieve.
Or I could wear a KKK mask.
Oh, yeah, we don't want to go down that road, do we? People that don't know what you're talking about probably are going, what in the heck are you talking about? Puck is taken here by the Magi in their own territory. At center ice, puck will be taken here by the Coyotes. They dump it back in on the blocker side of Sortland. Around to the near side wing. Puck is going to be flipped up D-zone by the Magi. Here comes Philly into center with it. Tice in the foot race. Got it off to Schuster. Schuster center slot. Fillion turns on the howitzer. He sent it wide. Larry, of course, alluding to a few years back with the Red River student section, thought that might be a nice idea to wear the masks like that.
Yeah, that wasn't a good idea.
What a disgrace. Puck is handled here by Bonebreak. He's back in. Over the blue line, sent it ahead forward, but it's taken here by Feaston. He moves it ahead up to center. Now it's going to be handled by Deal. He moves it back into the offensive zone and crashing towards the net are the Magi with Hauser in the corner. Puck is tied up at the goal line. Worked back away up to center, and it's going to be moved up to neutral ice where it's worked ahead by Alvarado. He sends it down back in behind the net. On the retrieve now is Draney. He moves it up the near side wall, flipped ahead, and Thongfent's going to be in with it. Thongfent lost a handle on it. Comes back up to Draney. He's in over the offensive line. He's hammered by Ekblad here on the near side wing. He lost his stick on the play. Puck goes around the far side wall. Hitting is picked up here in the third. Coyotes trying to ice this one down. It's not going to get there. Hauser's got to come back to pick it up in his own territory. 10:35 to play in the third period. 4-3, Minot High on top. Deal in the corner. Frees it back away now. Thongfent to head forward up to Hauser. Hauser's got it. He'll dump it to the far corner on the glove side. On the retrieve for the Coyotes, picking it up here is Whitlock. He moves it up to center. It's pushed ahead forward by Brandon. Into the offensive zone they come with it. This is Collins. Collins has it down low, offensive side of the ice for the Coyotes. Nice play from Oprud, tied up Collins. Puck is free now for the Magi. Back to center, it's bone break. He's got a head of steam and over the line. He's got luck with him. Oh, the puck was stripped by Ekblad. Nice play there. And at center ice, it comes back up to Oprud. Oprud hit on the play by 14. That was Brandon. Brandon gave Oprud a little elbow after he got up after Oprud nailed him. Oh, that's a boarding call if I've ever seen one. No call on the play.
All the way from across the other side of the ice. That's got to be a charge.
14, Brandon causing all sorts of havoc. Back the other way. Here's a drive. Sortland made the save. Oprud's got it on the corner. Talked about the refs putting the whistle away. You got to call the blatant ones, for goodness sakes.
Well, we were asking for the whistles to be put away, so I guess they are.
Here's Luck, 3-on-1, sent it in front to Murphy, tried to fire it, and it hopped over his stick. Comes back up to center. Tice handles here. Goes back away to Thongfed. He shuffles it back up the wall, and here comes Luck back off to Fillion. He's got Murphy with him. Fillion in. Spins it on the blocker side. Fillion, top of the circle. Sends it back up to the point, up to Gabe Thongfed, and he's got trouble holding the puck there. Dumps it back down to the corner. I'm not kidding you. Chase Brandon skated all the way across, 85 feet across the ice surface, and just boarded.
Yeah.
Ben Bonebreak. It was a charge. It was a boarding call. It was whatever you wanted it to be. No call on the play.
Battery.
With the puck now as Plemmel trying to clear the zone. Puck comes back into the possession now for Morelli. At center, Morelli back up to Plemmel. He's in over the line. Plemmel's got it here. Sent it in front of the net. Morelli skated it towards the cage. He ran into traffic, and now the puck is taken here by the Coyotes, and they go back the other way with it. Into the offensive zone. This is Hickel. He hits the brakes on the play. In the corner, Minot High's Tice regains control for the Magi. Drady having a scrum on the wall. No call on the play, and back the other way. Up to center, went off the skates of Plemmel. Puck is dumped back in behind Trace Sortland out to play it. Came back away to Drady, up the near side wall. Here's a drive in. Sortland made the save. Now it's Tice on the side of the net that takes it. Bumps it back up. Plemmel didn't have his stick on the ice, so it got past him, and the Coyotes move it back up to center. With it now at center ice. Here's a big hit at center. Drady's got the hit there. Delayed call coming on the Magi this time, and back into the offensive zone. The shot came up. Tice is going to try to touch it in the corner, make that Drady in the corner. Minot High's got it in their skates. Puck is touched. No whistle on the play. Still no whistle. And now we've got one in a scrum after the play as Drady's down in the corner on top of a player.
Time of the penalty will come at 9 minutes and 30 seconds. That's the first penalty here. Say we've got the final score. Century beats Bismarck in overtime 4-3. Fargo Davies, thanks to Bob Gillen, who's hard at work now up in the office on his scores. Fargo Davies over Grafton 11-0. And Grand Forks Central over West Fargo 13-0. So a big day for the Grand Forks schools again.
Riley Oprud's having a conversation with Ashton Collins in the circle on the glove side as they sort out the power play time here for the Coyotes, coming on the roughing call to Drady. So the power play's back on for the Coyotes. Ekblad's got it at the point. Worked it across the line. Came over to Denver Sheets. Taken away by Nick Murphy. Murphy's held up on the play. No call. Sends it in front. Hauser in front of the net. Dropped it down to the corner. Murphy's got it again. Murphy tried to work it back to the point to Bonebreak. Bonebreak moved it ahead forward. Hauser pushes it back down to the corner again. Short-handed are the Magi here with a minute 35 of power play time remaining. 7 on the dot to play in the third. The Magicians are up by a goal. It's 4-3. They put the whistles away according courtesy of Larry McFall's request at the break.
Yeah, I guess it's my fault now.
Handled here by Murphy on the near side wing. Half boards it comes. Blocker side. Murphy's got it. The Magicians are still shorthanded for the next minute 10. But Minot High has not had trouble with it here. Their penalty kill's been good. Minus the 2 they gave up here tonight in the second period. Nice play by Morelli. He skates back hard into the defensive zone, takes the puck away, moves it back up to center. The Coyotes have to regroup. Puck is taken here by the Coyotes in their own D zone. With it, it will be handled by Denver Sheets. He moves it ahead forward. That's going to be an icing on the Coyotes. They send it all the way down.
Mandan over Jamestown 6-3 tonight, and that was a big one, Nick, in that point standings that you talked about. So Mandan gets the points over Jamestown.
Yeah, Mandan and Jamestown were 4-5, tied with 7-7.
Oh, yeah. So now big win for former magician Leif Matson and his Mandan Braves.
Well, Mandan wins there tonight. That should hold them in 4th place. If Minot High can hold off Williston tonight, Leif Matson's club might have that number 4 seed heading into the tournament.
Puck goes out of play, and it will come back inside Haugeno's zone to his left. We're down to 6 minutes and 8 seconds, folks. The Magicians still have 38 seconds to kill on Drady's penalty, and they lead this one 4-3 if you're just joining us. Buckle in. Here we go, the last 6 minutes of the final game here at the Pepsi Rink for the season, even though Watford City is coming in here for an inter-squad game on Thursday.
Puck is handled by the Coyotes. They're to the offensive zone. Bouncer comes in on Sortland. That's a tricky play for Trey Sortland. He goes to the pillows and hangs on to it.
West Fargo over Devils Lake 4-2 tonight. The score is just rolling in from Sheldon Syme and Bob Gillen.
Face-off will be on Sortland's blocker side. Off the draw. Fillion back up. Didn't win the draw. The Coyotes have it. That one went off the side of the skate of Fillion. Here's the Coyotes from the line. Working it back down away from Hickel. Underneath the net now. It's Thongfett trying to clear the zone with it. He can't. 14 seconds of the power play for the Coyotes. They're back behind the net here with Bergstrom. Bergstrom in front of the net. Bouncer went through the center slot. Taken here by Morelli momentarily. Thongfett in the corner. Pins his man up down deep. From behind the net, the puck comes back away on the tape there from Sheets. And at the point, it will be handled here by Jorstead on the far wall.
Full strength.
Right side of the radio dial. It's taken by the Magi's Philly, and he ices it all the way down.
I don't know if Fillion knew his man was out of the box or not yet when he fired it down, so it's going to come back to the right of Sortland. 5:19 remaining.
Well, Minot High's outscored their opponents on the year, Larry, 75-47. They've gone 8-2 in their last 10 games. They're 4-1 in their last 5, and this is a Magicians team that, according to Jason Bennett, hasn't played their best hockey of the year yet, and I think you could probably agree with that they haven't put together a full 51 minutes. Is their best yet to come tournament time. It certainly hasn't been tonight, but they do have the lead. It's 4-3. 5:05 left in the hockey game. Here comes Jaden Luck into the offensive zone. Off to Murphy. Fires it on. Save is there. Rebound. Luck's going to spin it around. He scores!
Boy, you saw that coming. That comes at the 12:03 mark. And Jaden Luck came skating in, took the puck around behind the net, and right away you knew he was going to go for the stuff shot. And it worked to perfection. So Luck gets the goal. We'll wait for any assists, and that's a little bit of an insurance, at least for the Magicians, as they now lead 5-3.
Well, Jaden Luck on the year for the Magi's, the team's point leader. He had 26 coming into tonight's contest. He has 27 now. That's goal number 14 on the year. If you don't mind, please listen in for Duffy Dobeck. Thongfett's back in, trying to go back to Hauser. Back up to Drady, comes into the possession here for Deal. In the circle, puck lays now for Hauser, back up to the point. Here's a drive from Drady, the bouncer. Hit traffic in front, went over the net.
Nicholas Murphy on the assist on that goal. They score. Sorry, Nick.
No problem at all.
I'm reporting the last goal, and he shoots it in. I guess I have to say, because I was busy talking.
Guess who? Mason Deal's younger brother, putting it to the back of the net.
Now we don't know if he's got 2 goals or if that's his first tonight, because they credited that one to Plemmel.
Well, I'm almost positive Zach Deal's got both of those tallies here tonight. And Minot High has broken the levy here at 6-3 with 4:33 left in the hockey game.
That goal at 12:25. We'll wait for an assist.
Here's Duffy Dobeck.
Grady out of the sin bin gets an assist.
Icing on the Coyotes, so Minot High will see the faceoff come back in the Williston end.
So now the Minot fans in the building can kind of start smiling a little bit again. 6-3 lead on senior night with 4 minutes and 7 seconds left. While the whole Morelli gang's here. Brenda, Matt's wife. But now Reggie he's sitting on the over with Matt now on the other side of the Morelli row. Nice to see all of them here tonight.
Puck is handled by the Coyotes. They're going to try to skate it out of their own end. Morelli has the hit on the far side wall, freed it momentarily, but it's going to be picked up here by Thiessen, and Thiessen starts the rush up to center. Puck fired in from center. Sortland made the stop. Sortland and Riley Oprud came together there. They had a little bit of miscommunication. Shot from the side of the net. Hit there from Thiessen. Hit the iron. Comes back underneath the cage now, and Oprud's down low with Fillion, who's going to start the rush back the other way for the Magi. Fillion's fancy move didn't work. It's tied up the corner. 2-for-2 scrum. Blocker side. Taken now there by Plemmel. Plemmel's out to center with Morelli. Morelli's going to make a move. He's going to dance through. Nathan Medler's got the call on the play. And Minot High will go to the power play.
That penalty will be called at 13:44, the second penalty of the period. First one on the period on Williston. And it's the flow winner for the evening, the Larry McFall flow winner. Denver Sheets comes into the box.
Now he sits right in front of us. You get to admire his hair for the next 2 minutes.
That's a little too curly in the back. It's not too bad, though, for a rookie.
Sheets is in the box for 2 minutes. Minot High leads 6-3. Off the draw, Morelli back up to the point. Here's Operud back over to Deal on the near side wall. Down low, Fillion a drive, a save, rebound, Fillion scores!
Well, if you don't succeed the first time, try again. And Fillion, who's been snake bit, as we were talking about all season long, comes up with his own rebound and pops that one in at the 13:55 mark. Man, my sheet is so full on goals and penalties that I'm glad this one's almost over. That might be unassisted.
It's going to be a power play goal for Peyton Fillion, nevertheless. Goal number 7 on the year for the Magi, the captain. As Minot High with a 4-goal lead now. 7-3 with 2:55 left here in the third. Down to the corner offensive zone for the Coyotes. They're going to have to regroup at center with Ekblad. He comes up to center. He's got Gilmore on top of him. Puck goes back away off of the stick of Bone Break. Pushed out of the corner. And on the retreat for the Coyotes is Ekblad over the far wing. Ekblad, fancy move, then another one. He takes it right in front of his own net. Moves it up to center ice, and here come the Coyotes through neutral. At center, it's Alvarado. He dumps this one in. Sortland hangs on to it. Drop back over now to Bone Break, and here come the Magi back to center again with Knutson. Puck is taken away, back up to center. Fillion's got it. He's over the blue line. He lost a handle on it. Puck comes back away to Ekblad. He moves it forward, back into the offensive zone. Comes Hickel for the Coyotes. Hickel upended on the play. Here's the drive coming. That one went just wide from Bakken. There's a big hit right inside the Minot High blue line. That was Gilmore that laid the hit there. Jaden Gilmore went off for a change. Meanwhile, Fillion's got it back offensive zone. Came back up to the point. Tice handles. Shot on goal. Save, rebound. Tice has it back. Turns it on. Save, rebound. Here's a shot again. That one went just wide. Murphy down to the ice as he bumped into, or was bumped into there by Plemmel. Fillion's over there scrumming for it. Frees it at the line. Draney's got it. Draney moves it ahead forward. Now to Fillion. Fancy move. Fillion takes it in front of the net. Trying to feed it to Murphy. Couldn't quite get a handle on it. Comes back to Plemmel underneath the net. Plemmel down low. Fillion a drive, a save, rebound. Oh, then Fillion was hammered from behind. Puck's going to come all the way back, get him out of high territory. Fillion had the spear. He put it right into the belly of 17, Carter Bakken, for good reason. Starting to get physical big time now late in the contest. Tice sends it in, then Tice is going to be hammered on the near side wall at the whistle from Denver Sheets.
We got a penalty called, I think, by the far official at 15:58. It's a Williston penalty. Skater number 16, Roslin.
Well, Fillion was hit from behind right in the blue paint to the Coyotes, and I mean big time. He stood up and put that Bauer stick right into the belly of the Coyote that hit him.
Did not catch the assists on that last goal by Fillion either. I could not hear what Duffy Dornick said.
He's got the 1-minute call there. Off to Bonebrink. Now Hauser. He drops it down to the corner. Luck was taken down to the corner. Luck's got it back. Here's Luck's spin move in the corner. Luck is going to work it out from behind the net. Down to Gretzky's office. Sends it right in front to Hauser. Couldn't quite pull the trigger. Puck comes back up to the point. Thogfet's got it here. Thogfet skates it over to the far wall. Drops it back down. Here's Luck back across. It comes. Bonebrink sends it in. Tipped in front of the net. Luck's got it. Side of the net. Turns it on. Stop is made. Down to 25 seconds in the hockey game. Coyotes are trying to clear. It's Thogfet, side of the cage. Puck is taken here by the Coyotes, and they fired all the way down the length of the ice from Ekblad. Sortland was out to play it. All right, kids, final time of the night. Get ready to count them down. We're at 10. Now 9. Here's 8. Thogfet starts the rush back up to center with Hauser. Comes away down to Luck. Luck sends it in front, back up to the point. Thogfet at the horn. He just spins away with it. And Minot High wins tonight. 7-3 is the final. What a wild one tonight. The Magicians prevail to pick up region win number 13 on the year. They finish off regular season play in the West region at 13-1. The Coyotes fall tonight, and the Coyotes record now falls to 6-9. We'll tell you how the Magicians picked up a 7-3 win tonight in the Pro Style Production postgame show. That's next here on the Pro Style Production Network. Minot High wins 7-3. We'll recap it next. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Systems go for lunch. When supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
Premier Movement. Move better, perform better, live better. Premier Movement is personal training redefined. Using group classes that demand accountability, action, and results. Visit PremierMovementND.com to learn how you can change your life today. While you're there, you can also see how to sign up for your first workout for free. PremierMovementND.com.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Pro Style Production Live Events specializes in making your event fun with a professional touch, whether it's a wedding, reunion, or party. Pro Style Productions event management takes the stress out of your event so you can sit back and enjoy. Contact Ben Barr from Pro Style Production today to discuss your event or visit ProStyleProduction.com. Pro Style Production Live Events. Let the pros handle it.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank. One likes reading history novels. The other likes dressing up like the cat from Kiss. They're the voices of Magi Hockey. Let's get back to the press box with Nick Holberg and Larry McFall.
Williston had multiple leads in the hockey game tonight. Minot High found a way to prevail. The top team of the West Region walks out of their home venue for the final time here in 2019-2020 in regular season play. 7-3, they get the win tonight over the Williston Coyotes. Nick Holberg alongside of Larry McFall, 45-year veteran of Magi hockey. Larry, in all those years, have you seen a matchup with the Coyotes that featured that many teeter-totter swings of lead changes and all sorts of wild activity in the hockey game? 7-3 the final. Your thoughts on it here tonight?
No, I haven't. I think this is a first for that. It's either usually a real tight game like it was up in Williston earlier this year, or it's pretty one-sided towards Minot. So this was the first game where I think we had 4 lead changes. I believe 3 or 4 lead changes. So yeah, that hasn't happened. But the Magicians did what they had to do. They needed to win this game to get that momentum going into the West Region. And for a while there, when Williston got 2 goals on that 5-minute major, it kind of looked like it might maybe be not their night tonight. But boy, a big third period. It was just like you opened up the faucet and let her buck.
Well, 5 in a row for the Magi was enough tonight to come out on top in this hockey game. 7-3 is the final. We talked about it in the pregame show tonight, the importance of tonight's hockey game. For the standings, it didn't matter for the Magi tonight. They've already locked up the number 1 spot in the West Region, winning the regular season crowd for the 14th time. At 12-1 coming in tonight, the standings really don't matter, but like you talked about, that momentum and that confidence and that swing heading into tournament time, you almost needed a night like tonight, to my mind, for the Magicians to head into tournament action to be where they need to be in order to have the best possible chance to win, and they did that here tonight. You want to tell us how they did it on the score sheet?
Yeah, the Magicians got on the board first at the 5:09 mark. Jack Plemmel assisted from Peyton Fillion and Aiden Morelli to make it 1-0. Williston got even at the 4:39 mark of the second period on a power play goal by Hunter Rossland, assists from Landon Thiessen and Denver Sheets. And then Jason Ekblad also scored on the same 5-minute major to Luck. His goal came at 5:23, and Williston took the 2-1 lead. Minot came back and tied it up on a power play. They have changed that now. They originally said that was Plemmel's goal. Nick and I did not agree, and they have changed it. It's Zach Deal getting that power play goal on assist for Morelli and Philly, and that made it 2-2. But then Williston got back out front on a goal by Anthony Hickel, unassisted at 10:19. That was just 15 seconds later to take the 3-2 lead. Minot struck back and tied it back up at the 11:57 mark on a goal by Nicholas Murphy, assisted by Riley Opperud. And so that made the hockey game 3-3 as we headed into the almost into the third period. And then Aiden Morelli at 16:57 of the second period from Peyton Fillion gave the Magicians the 4-3 lead going into period number 3. Then the Magicians, the first 12 minutes were scoreless. It was still a battle. And then Jaden Luck got a goal from Nicholas Murphy. And then following him, 22 seconds later, it was Zach Deal again from Josh Strady. And then about a minute and 25 after that, Peyton Fillion gets off the schneid and gets himself a goal on an assist by Zach Deal and Riley Opperud. And that ended the scoring at 7-3. Total penalties on the game. Minot was whistled 6 times for 15 minutes. Of course, one of them was a 5. Williston 7 penalties for 14 minutes. And your goalies, Trey Sortland, 6 saves in the first, 1 in the second, and 4 in the third for a game total of 11. And for Mason Haugano, unbelievable game in the net. Man, did he make some saves, Nick. 10 saves in the first, 16 in the second, 8 in the third, for a 3-period total of 34 out of the 41 shots. And quality scoring chances favored Minot tonight, according to our official scorekeepers. They thought that Minot had 13 quality chances, while Williston had 7. Minot High over Williston 7-3.
When we come back, we'll name our stars of the game, brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center. Senior night was a success tonight for the Magi. We'll put the finishing touches on this one when we return to the Pro Style Production postgame show. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. I've had many customers express being frustrated with the P.O. box they once had. They didn't realize they couldn't have packages delivered to their P.O. box. It's why they now have a personal mailbox here at the UPS store. We'll accept the packages for you, and you can pick them up when it's best for you. For a more efficient business, visit us at the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Minot Hockey Boosters has one mission: to inspire teamwork, pride, and life lessons in the lives of all our members. Hockey is more than a sport, it's a way of life. The benefits of playing hockey from a young age last a lifetime. Visit minothockey.com for more information or to get signed up in the Learn to Play program today. Minot Hockey Boosters. The strength of the pack is the wolf. The strength of the wolf is the pack.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork and their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's time for the Minot's Finest Collision Center Stars of the Game. Minot's Finest Collision Center. We are Minot's Finest.
Well, after a 7-3 win tonight for Minot High, there's plenty of players on the score sheet tonight. 10 goals scored in total in the hockey game. There's a goaltender from Williston tonight that certainly should be in the conversation for our 3 stars of the game here tonight, brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center. Minot's Finest Collision Center ensures that proper procedures are followed to repair your vehicle so safety features are maintained to keep you and your family safe. We're more than an auto body repair shop. We are Minot's Finest. 839-0989. Larry, a tough conversation to have on who the stars of the game are here tonight. There's plenty of players deserving in tonight's hockey game. Honorable mention for sure has to be Hagenau, the goaltender from Williston here tonight. Any disagreement there?
No, he played outstanding. Like I said, he made a lot of big saves and remarkably kept his team in it going into the giving up a goal in the last 3 seconds of the second period when it was 3-3. That made it 4-3, and obviously that kind of hurt them a little bit. But up until that stage, man, he did enough for them to hopefully win the hockey game. So an outstanding performance in net by Hagenau.
We're going to go with our third star tonight as Aiden Morelli. He had 1 goal tonight and 2 assists. Morelli, good again for the Magicians. He was good on the penalty kill and the power play. Morelli's our third star tonight. Tonight it was Deal that, in my mind, was our star of the game. 2 goals, 1 assist here tonight. Any disagreement with how we rank them 1 through 3 here tonight?
No, I don't. I think Deal just happened to get his goals right when the Magicians really needed them. Not to say that they didn't need the ones that Fillion got, but I just think the Deals had a little more impact at the time and played a real good game. And Fillion coming off that flu, man. Fortunately, I haven't had that yet, but it took him 2 weeks to recover for that. You know, when you get done with that and you're weak and you're not at your strength, you've missed practice a lot. And for him to come out and get 4 points tonight was an outstanding effort also for Fillion. And hopefully he's full bore and ready to go now going into the West region. They just have to be careful about this exhibition game now, being that Grafton pulled out because they have their game on Saturday. Boy, I would just hate to see anything happen to anybody in this game against the Junior Gold from Watford City coming up on Thursday at 5:15. So hopefully no one gets injured and gets hurt in that one. I just really kind of wonder why it's even being done. But I guess hockey season is to play hockey, I guess. So that answers my question. But I just hope everybody comes out of that all right.
Yeah, there's a couple ways to look at that in my mind. You know, you got Watford City coming in, and like you said, great points that you make in that in the conversation. Here's the issue. When you've got guys like Luck that are right now number 22 in the state in scoring, trying to chase a scoring title, or maybe, you know, a Quinn Fuchs record that, you know, is up for grabs. He's only in his sophomore season. You take a game away like that, they should have one more game on the schedule to play. You know, I mean, you look at how it shakes out for some of those things. I think it's important to get the game in. But like you said, it's really not the competition you want before the region tournament either, because that can really change your tempo too, heading into that region tournament against much tougher caliber team, whoever the 8th seed in North Dakota will be compared to Watford City on the first night Thursday at the WDA tournament.
Yeah, and I know those teams are trying to get better. Watford's trying to, and I lived it. The 1974 Magicians, we could barely get anybody to play. We played 2 games against Carmen, Manitoba. We played Deloraine, Manitoba. We played the Devils Lake JV, was the only East team that would even play us, and Devils Lake sent their JV. So we went through the same thing. You're a new team. Nobody wants to play it because they think they're going to hammer you. And so that's the boat that Watford City is in right now, is that program is getting bigger and bigger. And, of course, with the oil boom, they've built a fantastic facility out there, one that I've never seen yet, but I've seen pictures of it. It looks just outstanding. And to have, so I can see that, you have to. They're bringing them in, and I know why. They're giving Watford City a little bit of experience as well, just like the 74, 75 Magicians had to get. So I just hope no one gets hurt, and we'll. And I don't know how good Watford City is. I haven't seen them play at all, obviously, and so maybe they'll be a good opponent. Maybe they are getting where they need to be, just like the Willistons and the Dickinsons did years ago. So, see, I got one more score from Bob Gillen here before you sign off. And it was the Battle of Fargo, and Fargo South Shanley beats Fargo North 1-0.
Wow.
So we had once again, if you missed some of these scores, Fargo Davies 11, Grafton nothing, Grand Forks Central 13, West Fargo nothing, Bismarck Century over Bismarck High 4-3 in overtime, Mandan over Jamestown 6-3. And West Fargo over Devils Lake 4-2, and South over North 1-rip. So a lot of hockey tonight, and a lot of games that just change the point standings, and it's an exciting time. I wish I'd be with you at the regional tournament, but got a very good excuse to miss regionals. So
Kiss for the 39th time?
I'm going to see Kiss for the 32nd and 33rd time, going to the Alaris Center on the 22nd. To see him, and then 2 nights later in St. Paul to see him again. So I think 34 will pretty much do it.
Well, I hope you have
Unless
fun.
they come out with their Barely Alive tour, which we're all looking forward to when they get up into their 80s. But you know what? Those boys could still rock. And I've seen them twice last year on this tour, and they could still get it done. So I'm looking forward to it. But I will miss the regional tournament, and I do apologize for that. But
well, we sure appreciate your work here tonight. Fantastic job.
Thank you, Nick.
As always. Minot High had a good job done tonight as well. They end up getting the win over Williston. It's a little tougher than they thought it might have been. 7-3 is the final. They prevail. Picking up region win number 13 on the year. The best of the West makes their home at the Pepsi rink. We'll have the game for you on Thursday at 5:15 on the Pro Style Production Network. Join us for that. We'll then Planet Pizza pregame show at 4:50 on Thursday afternoon. For Mr. Larry McFall stopping by tonight, Jason Bennett, the pregame show. I'm Nick Holberg signing off after a Magi win 7-3 tonight over the Coyotes. Till Thursday, good night and God bless.